cooking and chilling, resting actually, resting. It should be done in like 5 minutes. You gonna work out today or not?
Central-Phenix City, they haven't been in the state championship game since 1993. Both these coaches have coached in several state title games, but not with their prospective schools. Thompson, the side I'm on, they haven't played in a state title game since 1982. You can see the sea of red on both sides. These two teams are ready. The communities are in full support. But guys, both these coaches, they both told their teams, hey, it's an environment. The football field is the same length at our stadium as it will be here. Go out there and fight till the end.
So we're ready to go. The 7A championship about to get started. We're happy to bring it to you here on Raycom. Stay tuned as Thompson takes on Central-Phenix City. The kickoff in a moment.
Sportsmanship is the educational component derived from athletic contests. In sportsmanship enhances the character of student athletes because of the impact of the leaders of each sports team. Those
Encore Rehabilitation. Over 100 locations to serve you. We love to see you move. Encore Sports Medicine is the official provider of athletic training and rehabilitation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association. More sports, more teams, more winners.
You could see it before anyone else. Your future, your own place, independence. It's not perfect, but you love it. A place to grow, to be yourself.
All for a better life.
Dream big. Alpha Insurance.
All for a better life.
Protect your dream with Alpha's new business owner policies.
We're almost ready for the Super 7 opener, the 7A championship, as Thompson will take on Central-Phenix City. Jamie DeBose, he's been here before. He was here with Prattville, a couple of state championships.
Yeah, won a couple as a head coach, was in on another one as an assistant coach, and he's been right on the edge, Graham, of being here with Central-Phenix City. They just couldn't get over that semifinal hump until this year, and they finally did that, and they're in this championship game, and they feel pretty good about their football team, of course.
Meanwhile, Mark Freeman, same situation. He's been here before, but not at Thompson.
Right. He was very, very successful at Spanish Fort, won titles there. Also, in the AHSAA, he was at Bessemer Academy and won a title or two there as well. So he's been on this big stage before, not at the 7A level, but he's got Thompson back where they haven't been since 1982, my senior year in high school.
Evan McGuire kicking off. Thompson in the home red. Central in the white. We're underway as the kick taken right at the line of the field goal, and there he goes. Reyes in Thompson territory. Great field position to start. 73-yard return, and here comes Peter Parrish, and they handed him great field position to start this drive.
Boy, did they ever. The blocking was tremendous on that left side, Graham. He got a couple of blocks to spring him, got into the open field, outran a couple of people, had some interference going for him. The kicker, I think, was one of the guys who finally maybe caused enough traffic to get Reyes out of bounds.
Parrish is the senior. He wears number 2. He'll be in shotgun most of the night, and they'll hand off to that guy a lot. He's also headed to an SEC school, and there's a big reason why. As you watch him go for about 15 yards, 12 yards, let's make it officially. And a first down run for Amante Spivey.
Monte Spivey has been the main guy carrying the ball out of the backfield for the Red Devils all season long. And you can see he picks up some good blocks on the outside, makes a couple of moves on his own, and very wisely heads out of bounds right there with a first down.
Both of these offenses very explosive, and you're going to see that tonight. This time they'll run the counter, and that's going to get inside the 5 and get in. We'll wait, as that's Joseph McKay, and they'll say he stepped out of the 2.
There is a flag on the play.
It's coming back. They're calling holding on Central.
And it was well behind the play, Graham. He was already out of the backfield downfield when the flag came out. So one of those where you just got to get off that block and let it go once your guy gets by.
So that wipes out the big gain. And in fact, it's going to back him up way
10-yard penalty
around the 30-yard line.
First down.
So it'll be first and about 20 yards to go from the 30-yard line. Terrence Lamar, that was the head referee. You'll hear him tonight. He'll be on the mic. Great officiating crew from all across the state of Alabama. They earned their way to get here.
Still very good field position for the Red Devils.
Spivey, he'll try the left side. Tries to get around and does get by one tackler, but he'll get pushed out of bounds around the 26-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 3.
And that'll give you a pretty good idea, Graham, of the strength of Amante Spivey. He takes a pretty good shot over there that would have been for a minimal gain, bounces off that tackle. A lot of people would have gone down right there. He bounces off that tackle, gets about 4 more extra yards before being run out of bounds.
That was DJ Douglas on the stop. Douglas, along with Bustamante, also Shipman and Clayton are your defensive backs for the Warriors. Second and long, outlet pass. Spivey lost his footing, gets it back inside the 20, sidesteps the tackler, gets close to the 15. That'll make it about third and about 3 or 4 after the 15-yard gain.
He's going to get down, Graham, right about to the 11-yard line. Got a couple more yards there, and it's going to be third and short. Third, very manageable for Central-Phenix City, and they've got to be happy about that after the penalty put them in a hole.
You can see why he's got a lot of recruiters excited. Right now, though, he says he's headed to Fayetteville to play for Coach Morris and the Razorbacks. Third and short. They'll give it to him. Sidesteps the tackler, and I believe he got enough for the first down, or he's right at it.
He's very close. I think you're right. I think he did get to about the 7-yard line, 8-yard line, and he does have the first down.
So a first down for Central. This drive starting with a big 73-yard return of the kickoff by Reyes, DJ Reyes. And now they're knocking on the door for the first points of the night. Undefeated are the Red Devils. Parrish will take it himself and gets 2. Right at the 5-yard line.
Well, if you're Jamie DuBose in Central-Phenix City, you can't be much happier about the way this game has started for you. Big kickoff return gives you great field position. The only negative was the holding penalty, but now you've overcome that, and you've got second and goal at the 5-yard line on your opening possession.
They've used the first couple of minutes of the clock as we tick under 10 minutes to play first quarter. Straight ahead and bowling over for the score. Touchdown. That is McKay. 5 yards, 6-0 Central.
Well, Joseph McKay, it was not going to be denied the goal line that time, Graham. He had a defender meet him about the 1-yard line, and he said, "Hey, how are you? Come on with me," and took him into the end zone with him for the touchdown, and Central's on top 6-0. And what a way to start the game for the Red Devils.
Well, one thing Jamie DuBose talked about in our pregame, we like to run the football. And they showed it there, much of that drive on the ground. Maybe all of it. We'll check that. As the extra point coming by Noah Pels. And hang on, we got a flag.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Zach Johnson is the kicker. And this should not be much of an issue for him. Only a 5-yard penalty. He's got plenty of range.
Yeah, he is. He's considered the short kicker. And he'll try to tack on the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So with 9:52 left in the first quarter, the Red Devils strike first on a McKay 5-yard touchdown run, his 11th of the year.
And watch McKay right here. He breaks through the line, and there's the defender, and he says, hey, I'm going to take you for a ride, big guy. And he does just that into the end zone for the score.
So the Red Devils on top on their first possession, and we'll get a chance to see Thompson's offense, which is quite prolific. 37 points a game are the Warriors scoring this year. And they've had some really crazy ones, including that first matchup when they beat Hewitt-Trussville. They came from behind. They were down 28 points in the first half and came back and won that game and won it comfortably.
Well, they did. And, you know, it was a huge second-half performance. And then, you know, in the semifinal game against Hoover, they were all but dead again and played some strategy in the final 2 minutes of the game. It paid off for them. The defense did the job. They took it in for the go-ahead score and then got a huge interception from Bustamante, I believe it was, to end that game and to end Hoover's bid for another title game return.
The kickoff will go into the end zone. That'll set it at the 20-yard line, where we'll see Talia Tungalbailoa, senior, about 5'11", 6 feet, depending on what day it is. And he's throwing for about 1 million yards already this year. Seems like it anyway.
He has, he's thrown 431 times this season, and he's completed 264 of that for over 3,700 yards and 35 scores. So the young man can spin it very well.
And he'll have Shadrick Bird in the backfield with him most of the night. But they'll split 4 wide on this 1st and 10 for the 20. And they'll throw it to Barrett on the first play. And he'll get across the 20 to the 21, 22-yard line. A pickup of a couple.
I believe that was Damon Jones out there from his cornerback spot that made the tackle. Yes, it is. Number 2 is going to make a nice open field tackle. Minimal gain on that play. And the speed of Central is something that Thompson's going to have to deal with all night long.
But I dare say both of these teams had to earn their way here. We'll explain that here as we go. 2nd and about 8. And Bird, and they'll stop the play as a flag is dropped. That'll probably be on Thompson.
False start. Offense. 5-yard
false start on the Warriors.
2nd down.
Tell you, Mark Freeman there that you see on your screen, incredible coach, but an even better person. And he's done a tremendous job at Thompson of reviving that program in Alabaster. And, boy, do they have some beautiful facilities now.
Brand new. I mean, we got a chance to do a ball game there earlier this season. Very, very impressed. 2nd and long. Here comes Bird, but he's tripped up. And it looked like number 1, Wallace Melton, got a hand on him. If not, he's still running.
Well, I tell you, Graham, he had a convoy of blockers in front of him, and it looked like it was going to be a big play for the Warriors. But Wallace Melton got in there, tied the feet up, got the tackle, and it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6 for Thompson.
Once again, it's a one-back set for Leah, as they'll call him. He's looking. Now he'll tuck it and run. He breaks 1 tackle, and I think he got enough for the 1st down. He thinks so. He gave the signal.
I'll tell you, he knew exactly the mark he needed to gain, Graham, and went right for it. Stepped out of bounds. And a very smart play on the run right there from Talia Tagovailoa.
Broke out of the tackle of Xavier Billingsley. And gets enough right at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. We're just underway here. The 7A championship at Jordan-Hare Stadium. He'll throw deep. Got a man and incomplete. The defender, in this case, Ray Thornton, never turned around, but the ball also never got to the receiver. That's why there's no flag.
And he also, Graham, he never touched the receiver, never made contact. The ball hit him right in the middle of the back as he was in coverage. And that may bring a lot of boos out of some in the crowd, but that was an excellent defense right there, even though he didn't get his head turned around. The pass was a little short, hit him in the back.
2nd and 10, they'll throw the screen. Bird sidesteps the tackler, gets close to the necessary yardage. He'll be a yard or two short as number 8 over there, Miller, making the stop. And we'll have a 3rd and 1 coming up for the Warriors.
Well executed screen right there by Thompson. Got the blocking on the outside. Got 9 yards out of that play, so that gives them a 3rd and short, which they'd much rather have than the alternative.
Under 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Red Devils scoring on their initial possession. The handoff, Bird got the first down. He'll get a couple more as he gets to the 43. Every time I look up, Mike, there's more folks in the stands. They're still coming in
They're
here.
still coming in across the way. Central-Phenix City, I venture to guess most of Russell County and part of Lee County is here tonight.
Now, what county do you live in?
I live in Muskogee County,
Which is in
just
Georgia.
just across the river. There's
Yeah.
probably a good many people from there here tonight as well.
I would think so. Maybe even some folks from Lee County. Of course, Central arch rivals to Opelika and Auburn here locally. On the first down carry, Bird again gets to midfield.
So you got good blocking up front by Thompson right there. Some of those big hosses on the offensive line got a good push that time and a big gain on first down for the Warriors.
You know, Mark Freeman will tell you, you hear all about the quarterback, you hear all about his receivers, but Bird may be the most important player on this offense because he keeps those chains moving.
He does, and he keeps some of the pressure off Talia Tagovailoa.
2nd and about 3. They go right back to him. This time, though, the Red Devils are there to stop him. Number 4, Xavier Billingsley, drives him back. Forward progress will get him to the 50, but that's actually about a half-yard loss.
Devontae Matthews and Xavier Billingsley made sure he wasn't going to go much farther than that right there. They stopped his progress and took him backwards.
He broke out of one tackle, but not able to break out of the second. So another 3rd down for Thompson. They trail 7-0. We're basically halfway through the first quarter. 3rd attempt on 3rd down so far on this drive. Talia looking, got a man over the middle, lost the football, and picked up by Thompson to save the turnover. The big offensive lineman over there jumped on top of it. I believe that's 77, Jamie Motley Simmons, but that's a loss of 11.
Very fortunate. Talia's going to take off to run right here, just have the ball knocked out of his hand. I believe that was number 8, or was it Cameron Fagan that knocked that ball loose from Tagovailoa, and that'll force a punt by the Warriors.
They avoid the turnover, but they don't get the first down. So the punt by Johnson. It's a short kick. They punt it away from the return man, and they'll get the ball to the 38-yard line. As Central will take over, leading it 7-0. The Red Devils and Warriors in the 7A championship game. We've got more coming up as we're at Auburn. War Eagle, we'll be back.
We know the value of a great partner. And that's why we paired up our fresh ground Royal Cup coffee with our made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. You can get the best of both with our new breakfast biscuits catering. 12 biscuits, mixed and matched, starting at $15. Share some at the office tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe you'll make partner. Jack's and Royal Cup, all about the South.
Celebrate. Celebrate competition. Celebrate victory. Celebrate life. Never drive impaired. Don't text and drive. Obey speed limits. Always buckle up. We don't want to celebrate without you. Drive safe, Alabama. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation and the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The 5th annual Raycon Media Camellia Bowl is almost here. Saturday, December 15th in Montgomery at Crampton Bowl. Watch the best from the Sun Belt take on the challengers from the MAC. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. With ticket packages starting at just $20, it's the perfect holiday gift for the whole family. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. History happens here.
If I can get all 300 of you guys to subscribe, that'll be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy. I would definitely keep this up if you guys to subscribe. Please. Thank you so much.
The Red Devils with a stop of Tolia and the Warrior offense, so they get it back 1st and 10. This time from the 38. Not quite what they had to start that last drive, but they'll take it. 5 different players on that first drive touched the football, including this guy, Parrish, and he'll run straight ahead for about 3. I understand Christina has some new jewelry on.
That's right, guys. This black tape may not mean anything to you or me or, pretty much anybody here, but it means a lot to the Central-Phenix City team and head coach Jamie DuBose. This black tape is something that former Central-Phenix City head coach Wayne Trawick wore in 1993 when Central won the state championship. So when Central made it back this year, he was wondering, hey, how can I get my guys motivated? And he said, hey, let's take it back. Let's put black tape on our finger to remind us anytime we go through adversity, let's look at this tape and realize what we're fighting for. It's a state championship ring. So he said, hey, the whole team's wearing them. Fans are wearing them. So if you see this black tape, guys, it means a lot to this team.
It's not a black Band-Aid. That's just tape, right? And you saw the 17-yard run by Parrish. They're off to a great start here in the early portion of this one. 1st and 10 after that run at the 40.
You saw the tape there on Jamie DuBose's ring finger.
Parrish again, cutting through the middle. Another big gainer, and it's another first down. And I want to explain to you how this is. I've watched this Central-Phenix City program over the years. They have, as you say, come so close as we watch this run again. But, Mike, you know how it is. You live over there. You've heard it. And they literally thought they were jinxed.
They really did. They got to that semifinal 3 years in a row, played McGill-Tulane each of those 3 years, and just could not get over that hump. And they thought they were jinxed. They really did. And there was a lot of talk going about it. Jamie DuBose said, I really never bought into the jinx story, but he said I almost did, when it kept happening.
There's Robert Marsh on the play. Pickup of about 5 yards. Yeah, they finally, of course, beat McGill this year.
And we got a funny story about that.
Yeah,
that Jamie
I don't know if we should tell that yet or not.
we may have to save that one for a little bit. It was pretty classic.
2nd and about 5. Another good run and another first down. That is Marsh again. Robert Marsh III with a carry. They'll use about 3 or 4 backs tonight, along with their all-state running back. But right now they're continuing to move the football against this Thompson defense, and that hasn't been easy to do lately.
It really hasn't. And Thompson is seeing this Central team for the first time in I don't know how many years it's been, or if they've ever played each other before.
They never have, as far as I know.
They're seeing this team from Phenix City who is loaded with athletes, top to bottom. And maybe they're going to have. It's going to take them a little while to make their adjustments, but they will.
McKay on that carry. Let me just read you a couple of names. Tell me you've heard these guys before. Of course, Justin Ross was just here. In fact, I understand he's here tonight. How about James Joseph, running back, who played at Auburn? Ed King, all the Woody and Lowe brothers. Yep. All of these guys played at Central. None of them won a state championship.
Right.
And that's just a smattering of the guys that have played in this program. It's amazing that they have been able to get over the hump. And who knows, maybe they do it tonight.
It really is. There are a couple of guys here tonight. One who's an Alabama player who was all everything at Central a couple of years ago, and then Justin Ross, the freshman at Clemson, who's getting a lot of playing time as a true freshman for Clemson, who's in the college football playoff. Both of those guys are in the college football playoff, one with Alabama, one with Clemson, and that's a great story. They've always had tremendous players, tremendous athletes.
Their path to a 13-0 record looks like this, all W's, a couple of shutouts, and then they got the biggest scare of their life against Robert E. Lee, a team that, if you'll notice up above that, they pretty much handled in the regular season. Lee had a big lead on them, and Central, well, again, they were thinking, oh, no, here we go again.
Jamie DuBose told us when we spoke to him earlier this week, he said, when the way we played in the first half against Lee in the semifinal, he said, I really started to buy into the jinx theory. 5 turnovers in the first half, Graham, led to points for Robert E. Lee and got him behind early in that ball game, and they had to fight with everything they had to get here tonight.
They're about to run the 7th play on this drive, and as a matter of fact, they've run 12 plays so far, 10 of those on the plus side of the 50. That's on the Thompson side. Right now they got it 2nd and 8 inside the 15-yard line. Parrish resetting the call, and he'll hand off to his big man, number 24, that is Spivey. And he'll run across the 10 down to the 9, maybe the 8.
It's going to bring up about, 3rd and 3 here.
And not that it should be a pattern because they do this a lot, but I think we're seeing Central's in no hurry. They're running clock. They're running that play clock down. Now they've got a 3rd and about 3. There goes Parrish. And he reaches across. Touchdown. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Great second effort by Peter Parrish right there. As he got hit in the open field, looked like he was going to go down, and he made that last-ditch second effort, stretched himself out, broke the plane with the ball, and Central has their 2nd score of the night.
That was an 8-yard run for a score. Parrish, the LSU commit, leads the offense of Central to another touchdown. And with this point after, they'll be up 2 scores, but don't go anywhere because
absolutely not.
This is nothing for the Thompson Warriors. They have come from behind on bigger deficits. The kick is perfect by Pales.
I would venture to guess, Graham, that Mark Freeman wishes they wouldn't do this. You'd probably like to have a little bit of comfort going on, but there's no heavy breathing and no wringing of the hands going on the Thompson sideline right now.
Here's the touchdown again, the fake handoff to Spivey, and then there goes Mr. Peter Parrish.
Uses a stiff arm and then speed and then just second effort, just pure second effort, gets him into the end zone. Almost lost the football right there, Graham. We didn't see that in live action. Ball popped loose briefly, but he was able to hold on to it, get it across the goal line for the score.
So a 14-0 lead with 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Again, the first of 7 championship games here in Auburn. We'll have 3 tomorrow and 3 on Friday. All of them here available to you on Raycom across the state and online on the NFHS network.
And Graham, you mentioned we showed the graphic a little bit ago with Central's road to get here, their undefeated season. And you saw in a quarterfinal game, they beat McGill-Toolen. They finally got over that McGill-Toolen hump. And they won that game 14-0 on the road. And the interesting thing about that game is they held McGill-Toolen to 68 yards of total offense in that football game. So the defense can play for the Red Devils, not just the offense.
Johnson, kick. It'll be taken in the end zone, and that's another touchback. It's automatic in high school if you didn't know. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Tagovailoa and the Warriors offense at the 20. And I'll go back again and I'll make the point that this team has been behind on several occasions against very good opponents. That has not fazed them.
You're right. And I will dare say that they have not faced as prolific a quarterback as they are facing tonight in Leah Tagovailoa.
Of course, I would say the same thing for Central. Both of these teams are facing some really good quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
And boy, I tell you what, this state this year, the number of quarterbacks that we have, Division I talent. We had a pretty good one last week, didn't we? I was about to say, we saw maybe the best in Pinson Valley last week. And the guy on the other side of him wasn't bad
Wasn't
either.
bad either at all. Clay Chalkman's quarterback was pretty doggone good himself. So quarterback play in this state has not been lacking at all in 2018.
Seems like there's one for everybody. Talia right now is committed to Alabama, in case you didn't know. Bird on first down, big hole. And he's got a first down. He runs over a tackler right around the 32-yard line. That's a pickup of 12. And a first down for the Warriors.
Devontae Matthews got a little taste of his own medicine there. On that last drive, he made a couple of big hits and stops. He's going to take the brunt of a hit right here at the end of this play and get knocked to his feet. And just friendly tapping going on down there on the
How
field.
do you do, right? First and 10 at the 32-yard line. They run the draw again. Another time for Bird. Another big run. He's got another first down. Out of bounds near the 45.
Damon Jones comes off a block and makes that tackle. If he doesn't get off that block, Graham, and he gets to the sideline, that could have been a much bigger explosive play for the Warriors.
And you know what Mark Freeman's doing here. If those corners are edging up just a little bit more, look out for the throw over the top.
3 receivers out to the right now. They're going to change the play or maybe audible a little bit right here. Gets called from the sidelines.
You got trips on the right side, far side of the field. Instead, it's Bird again. This time he'll get about 4.
And another nice job by that offensive line.
But you know what? I need to mention these guys' names because we haven't given you those names yet. Jamie Motley-Simmons is playing right tackle. Mason Crane is on the right side as well. Seth McMillan is the center. Greg Inman and big Amari Kite. If you can't see him, your eyes are closed. This guy's about 6'7", 320 pounds. He's working on the left side right now. He is a hoss.
He's a big man.
Second and about 5 inside Central Territory. Talia goes down.
That was quick off the right side of the Central defense. That was Marquez Henry from his outside linebacker spot. He had walked up, Graham, and he had a running start coming from the outside, goes unblocked, gets around. There was a pulling guard that was supposed to pick him up, but he just wasn't fast enough to get there. And Tagovailoa had nowhere to go and had to go down for the sack there.
You mentioned the lineman, Crane. He barely got a step. That's a tough play. 3rd and 10 now at the 45. Talia looking. Plenty of time. Now he runs out of time and he goes down again. This time it's Melton with a sack.
Wallace Melton, and he's down, Graham. That is not a good sign for Thompson. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Melton came quick.
Thank you, all my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Can I get all 500 of you guys to subscribe? That'll be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'll definitely keep this up if all 500 of you guys subscribe. I will keep this up.
You don't want to see that. Hopefully he's just going to stretch that thing out and it's going to come back to full speed for him here before long. Watch the speed, though, of Wallace Melton. He flies up from out of the frame there, and Tagovailoa just couldn't get away from it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We'll check on him. Christina, I'm sure, will get us a report as soon as she can. So another punting situation. Second time that Thompson made some good yardage, but then goes backwards. Fair catch taken at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 after the 25-yard punt. But obviously the Thompson fans concerned about their quarterback.
Well, nobody likes to see any player on the field go down with an injury, but it's when it's your number one guy, you certainly don't want to see him go down with an injury. And Thompson fans are kind of keeping their fingers crossed right now that number 12 makes it back out on the field the next time they get the football.
3rd possession of the night for Central. They've scored on the other 2. Spivey, right side, gobbled up after about a 2 or 3 yard gain. I mentioned the Thompson lineman. Let's give you the Central
we got
offensive
a little
line.
extracurricular after the play right there. I believe that might go against Amonte Spivey.
I believe you're right. That's a 15-yard penalty. Now the question is, was it before or after the play?
I believe
or during the play, I should say.
I think it was after the play, Graham, so I think it's going to be a dead ball foul. Let's see.
Personal foul. Offense. 15-yard penalty for spotting foul. Second down.
That's the case.
It's going to be second down, so it was after the play. But progress was stopped, and the whistles blew, and a couple of Thompson players still had a hold of Spivey, and he wanted them to let go and sort of pushed himself away.
Just a heads up, there is no fee to subscribe. Subscribing is free. It is free. Feel free to subscribe, share on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you use. But if I can get all 588 of you guys to subscribe, I can definitely keep this running.
That may be the final play of the first quarter as the clock ticks to 0, but a good one for the Red Devils. They score on their first 2 possessions. They lead at 14-0 in this 7A state championship game here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Super 7 continuing here on Raycom. Stay with us.
Timeout.
There's nothing like food in the South.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
TheSouthernWeekend.com is serving up the best food the South has to offer.
Homegrown, good Southern eating.
Let's put that to the test. So take a seat.
You said that one right.
Dig in.
Oh, really get in there.
And grab a drink. Because things might get spicy.
Right away, you can taste the heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little hotter.
Mm-hmm.
So come join the adventure.
Nachos up.
On TheSouthernWeekend.com.
An eternity and the blink of an eye aren't that far apart. Time is a relative thing. Hours to wait or seconds to act. Timing is everything. And then, time is the only thing that makes life really worth living.
Get a term life quote or find a local agent today at alphainsurance.com.
There once was a child named Emma who was warm and happy. But that was a long, long time ago. Now, most of all, she misses listening to old Christmas records and sharing a meal with family. But all around the city, people are fighting to help folks just like Emma. And thanks to them, she will once again hear music at Christmas, feel the warmth of shelter, a good meal, and a little hope.
Ready to start the second quarter. A good first quarter for the Red Devils. 14-0 over Thompson. And we'll get a report on Talia Tagovailoa after this play. He went down on that last play for Thompson and had to be helped off the field. Right now it's 2nd and long for the Red Devils. 2nd and 23. The ball on the 26 for Peter Parrish and company. And he'll keep it himself. Got a nice hole. Crossing the 35 up close to the 40-yard line. Knocked down by Bustamante, a 13-yard gain. And Christina, tell us what's happening with Talia.
That's right, guys. On the sidelines, Talia landed on his right arm wrong. They said he was shaken up, but he's going to be fine.
All right, thank you, Christina. I know a sigh of relief for Thompson fans and maybe even some folks who don't care. They just want to see the young man play as that ball was lost out of bounds. It was caught first by DJ Reyes, and then he lost it out of bounds, but it'll be 4th down for Central.
It looks like the punting unit is going to come on. I kind of hesitated right there. I thought maybe, I saw the offense kind of hang around on the field for a moment. Thought maybe they might take a chance at going for it here, but they are going to punt the football away and try to turn the field over.
Jamie Bose has been known to try a few things, but that'd be a little too frisky even for him. 4th and about 5. Johnson, the punter. Good kick. Going to land at the 20 and roll inside the 20-yard line down about the 19. That's a 36-yard punt, no return. And let's see if we see number 13 back out there. I believe we will. And number 12. We're going to see 13 and 12 tonight. There's my first a mistake of the night. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. They are not sending out Talia. They are sending out the backup quarterback, which is number 8, Sawyer Pate, 6'2". He is a junior. So Pate has seen limited action this year. He'll throw it on his first play, and it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. And I don't know who got a hand on it. Thompson fans want interference, but once the ball is touched, it's free game.
Absolutely. They're going to boo and everything. They thought that the receiver was interfered with, but there's no such thing as interference after the ball is tipped.
And I couldn't really tell on that replay. I thought that was Billingsley who got a hand on it.
It's right there in the middle somewhere. And I'm like you, Graham. I could not tell which number it was that got a hand up.
2nd and 10. Bird, left side.
Oh, nice move.
First down run. So a 10-yard pickup. And one more update, Christina.
That's right, guys. Talia Tagovailoa is passing on the sidelines, warming up. I think they're just testing out his arm. As we said, we checked with the trainers moments ago after he went down. They said he was just shaken up, and it looks like he's probably going to go back in, guys.
A chilly night here, and sometimes you lose your feelings in your hands, and that might have been what happened on that play on that last series. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Bird again. Boy, he is getting a workout here in the first half. He'll get about 5. Driven out of bounds. I believe that was 11, Mike Harris with the stop. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Trying to keep an eye. I know that Talia finished throwing on the sidelines and headed toward Coach Mark Freeman, and I see him right now standing about the 30-yard line.
You see the numbers on Pate. He is a junior, I'm assuming. That's the wrong thing to do, but he'll be the starter next year for the Warriors. But right now, he's going to try to help his team get back in this game. They trail by 14. Pate from the shotgun. And again, it's a handoff. And that is not Bird this time. I believe that is Crockett. I'll check the number. No, that is Bird. I beg your pardon.
You're right. Yep.
And a gain of about 1, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and 2. At the 38-yard line.
I tell you, Thompson is responding very well to the backup quarterback being in. Got 1 first down on this drive, and now they've got 3rd and short with a good opportunity to get another.
Well, and the reason why they're responding well, they're handing the ball off to Bird. He's been their offense so far. This time they will throw. Looking deep. Got a man, but it's too long. Out of the reach of the intended receiver. I believe that is Petway, number 3. And just as I brag on him running the football, they throw it. 4th down.
A little bit surprising maybe there that they threw that ball on 3rd down. 2nd and short maybe. But a little bit surprising they threw on that down.
Would I possibly say he might have read something?
He could have. Very well could have.
I don't know. Not to question the young man, but thought he saw something in the defense and decided to throw it instead of run it.
And I'll compliment right there, Graham, the defense of Central-Phenix City. Thompson did a shift in their punt formation that time, trying to draw them offside, and they did not, and they're going to get a delay of game penalty now because that was designed to try to get Central to jump off sides. It's a little shift that I've seen punt teams do. And Central did not bite on it. They kept their position, so kudos to them for being disciplined, and kudos to Thompson for trying it and getting an easy first down there.
And if I didn't have to tell you, I don't think Mark Freeman liked the fact that they didn't get the snap off, even if they were trying to draw them off sides. Now 4th and 6. McGuire's kick. Taking it to 40, a fair catch. That's where Reyes takes it. Good field position for Central. A 29-yard
Hey,
punt.
thank you guys
No
for
return.
subscribing, all my new subscribers.
What?
And we may see our other backup quarterback here. Let's check. I'm looking out there, and I believe
Please feel free to share this
Parrish. You will see.
I would
more than
definitely
likely,
keep this up if you guys
Tucker
go ahead and
Melton
subscribe. All 700 of you guys.
the backup
Hit
quarterback
that
for
subscribe
Central.
button. It is free to subscribe.
Spivey driven back. Lost a couple. 54
Thank you so
over
much.
there. That's a
Enjoy.
big fella. That is Cook with a tackle.
It was well done on that one.
You talking about the dinner he had tonight, or are you talking about that?
I'll talk about the tackle there.
Okay.
That was well done. That is the first tackle for loss, I believe, in the ball game for Thompson.
I believe you're right. Montage Cook. Well, we had all kind of puns on that particular play, didn't we? 2nd and 12. Clock is moving. 8.5 to play. Parrish over the middle, knocked down and almost intercepted. I believe that was
9.
Yeah, I was about to say that is Will Hoffman,
the linebacker.
And I'll
Or
tell you,
defensive lineman.
nothing bigger right now if you're a Thompson fan for a 3 and out. They haven't had any yet.
3 and out would be huge for Thompson right now.
That was Hoffman. He ran it all the way. Williams, the intended receiver on that last play. 3rd and 12. They got to get to midfield for a first down. Parrish, deep throw. Got a man over his head, incomplete. And I don't want to say it, but I will. It looks like Williams may have slowed down just a touch.
Well, he kind of cut his route off just a little bit, Graham, and came to the inside. If he keeps going down the sideline right there, you're going to see that he kind of cuts it to the inside just a little bit. If he stays near the numbers, that might have been completed for a big explosive play for Central-Phenix City. But instead, it is a break for Thompson, 3 and out, as the punter is on Zach Johnson for the Red Devils.
I would say just what the doctor ordered for Thompson. Reyes is deep. Let me back up. That is not Reyes. As the fair catch taken around the 23. I believe that was Connor. A good kick, 39 yards by the senior, Zach Johnson. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Thompson, and let's see who's going to be the quarterback.
Oh, he's already out there. It's number 12.
There you go. So Talia is back. Probably raring to go.
Oh, absolutely. He probably didn't like it very much being on the sideline that last drive.
Let's see how he answers to that, though. Sometimes it's good to kind of get a scope of what's happening from the sideline. And Bird again with a carry. That's about 8 already tonight. This time he'll lose a yard, but here comes a flag.
It might have been a face mask there, Graham. I think that is going to be the call. Flags came in from a couple of different directions. And it is.
That's a big kind. 15 yards. So that'll be a first down for the Warriors. Senior gets a hand on the mask.
Face mask on the defense. 15-yard penalty.
Number 19
First down.
for Central.
It's Covington. Well, he got his money's worth. I'll give you
Terrell
that.
Covington. Yep.
All the way to the 38-yard line.
Wasn't intentional. It's just where where his hand landed as he tried to make the tackle. And it gives Thompson 15 yards and a first down.
And, Thompson's problem tonight has not been moving the football. They've been doing that. It's just been the 3rd and 5 or 6, sometimes maybe less than that. They have not been able to convert to shut down some of their drives. But this time they've got it after the penalty, 1st and 10 at the 38. Bird, straight ahead.
Big run.
To the 40 inside of Central territory. Cedric Byrne with another big run. Flying down the field. First down.
I tell you, when you give Cedric Bird an opening, he is going to fly through it. And he did right there. As you see him break into the open, he was like Scooby-Doo going after a Scooby snack right there. He was hungry.
And how about Greg Emmons' block? I wish we could show it again. That was the true essence of a pancake. Forget the Scooby snacks. That was a pancake. 1st and 10 at the Central 38. Boy, you're making me hungry talking about all this food up here. Bird again. Got the corner. Cuts it inside for about 6 and a flag thrown.
Not sure what that one is going to be. It came kind of late in the play. Side judge over there. Holding against Thompson.
Another shot to the foot by the Warriors. They've done it a lot so far in this first half. This time it happened right around the tackle, so it won't be from the original spot. Or will it? Maybe it will be. I beg your pardon. Look at where the flag is.
First down.
So it will be
very
about first
close.
and 20, yeah. That's a tough break again for the Warriors. That'll put it back near midfield at the 48-yard line.
Graham, are you surprised you've not seen the ball in the air a little bit more from Thompson so far? They've had good success running the ball.
I'll answer after this next run. As Bird again gets about 3, maybe 4. No, I'll answer that. No, I don't. I'm not really, because we've seen Bird run the football. Now, granted, usually Talia's thrown about 5 or 6 passes by now.
Right.
I don't think he's thrown but about 3 or 4. The problem is they're not having any success throwing the football, and they don't have a lot of time to throw it.
Right.
2nd and 17 after the carry by Bird. 6.5 to play here in the first half. 14-0 Central. Crockett is in the backfield this time. Here comes the pressure, and down goes Talia again. 90, I believe, got him this time. Let me check that.
B.J. Randolph ended up being the final guy, I believe, that was
Or was it Bernard Miles? Let's watch again.
Let's
97. No, that's, well, let me back up. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
That's B.J. Randolph that ended up with the sack. But you're right, 90 was in his face, made him change direction. And Central got good pressure that time, as they've done already a couple of times in this game.
Talia over the middle. That is caught for about 12, but they needed more than that for the first down. As Petway makes the catch. Now, what do? Do you go for it here? You need about 9 yards for a first down. You're inside the 40.
It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. Boy, did they look similar or what?
The technical lower blowers.
They do. They play a lot of similarities. Just one throws with one hand and one with the other. 4th and 9, and now a timeout.
As the clock was about to run down for a delay. So the Warriors take a timeout.
So let's take a timeout with them. 14-0 Central on top of the 7A championship.
Participation in all extracurricular activities helps the development of the student athlete. While academics always come first, we consider extracurricular activities the co-curricular activity that can help develop the student athlete in their daily lives.
Encore Rehabilitation. Over 100 locations to serve you. We love to see you move. Encore Sports Medicine is the official provider of athletic training and rehabilitation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association. More sports, more teams, more winners.
Experience the spirit of the South with thesouthernweekend.com.
Well, let's go do it. You ready?
Yeah. We're on the lookout for the best travel destinations across the South.
Wow, it's bigger than most of the buildings on this block.
From the bayous of the Gulf Coast,
It's just the passion of our cuisine.
to Hanging 10 in the Atlantic. TheSouthernWeekend.com is your destination to experience everything the South has to offer. So come join the adventure
Man, I need to come here every weekend.
on TheSouthernWeekend.com.
Celebrate. Celebrate competition. Celebrate victory. Celebrate life. Never drive impaired. Don't text and drive. Obey speed limits. Always buckle up. We don't want to celebrate without you. Drive safe, Alabama. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation and the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
Exactly 5 minutes to play in this first half. It's been Central-Phenix City from the get-go. They took their first 2 possessions for scores, and it looks like they're going to get it back, as after that timeout, Mark Freeman decides to punt it away. So he sends in his punter. Now, Talia also punts sometimes. And in fact, he is the one back there, but this time he will kick it away, and a fair catch by Reyes around the 13-yard line. So the Red Devils get it back, leading it by 2 touchdowns.
Well, you know that Jamie DuBose is pleased with things so far. His guys have committed a couple of penalties that he'd like to have back, but for the most part, he's come out, his group has come out and done what they intended to do here in the early going.
Well, I guess the big thing right now is they're running the ball a little bit better than what Thompson is, because neither one of them are throwing the ball with much success. You see Paris for about 8. But we kind of expected that from Central. I mean, we thought they would probably run the football.
And you're going to see Paris make a nice read right here, keep the football, and he's going to get a substantial gain there.
How about this? Central had 14 plays on their first 2 drives, 94 yards, a couple of scores. It's going to be another first down run, and they carry the pile for another 4 or 5 yards. But here lately, the Warriors, with a little bit of help from Central with some penalties, have held them to about 3 yards. But not after that play. That'll be a first down.
Spivey's going to hit up in the hole here, run into some traffic, but he's going to keep his legs going. Then he's going to get a little help from his friends, get a few more extra yards.
That was Cook on the tackle. And there's a nice run, but here comes a flag. That'll be against Central. I'm going to pet.
I believe that's probably going to be another hold unless there was a face mask in the midst of that.
Penalties have shut both of these offenses down so far tonight.
Face mask. Not the personal foul.
Or in this case, it doesn't.
Not the personal foul variety, I do not believe. He did not give the personal foul signal.
Face mask, defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Results of the play, first down.
That is the 5-yard variety.
And that should be enough for a first down. Third penalty on Thompson. They've got 20 yards in penalties. Central 5 so far for 51 yards. So that one works in the Red Devils' favor. Clock is moving, under 4 minutes to play. They had looked like 2 men in motion there, Mike, but they get away with it. No flag, and they'll get about 3 yards.
We have a helmet pop off of a Thompson player.
It looked like McKay got a little bit of a head start. They had 1 man in motion there. I could be seeing things. I've seen things before.
Well, I thought something looked a little bit awry on the play, but evidently that's why we're up here.
And in case you didn't know, we're not in Canada. You can't have more than 1 man in motion. 2nd and 6, Parrish in the flat. That's a backwards pass. And there goes Spivey cutting across.
Picking up a block there.
And he'll get inside the 30. He lost the ball. Did he get it back? I think he did. That play is going to go for 27 yards, and I do believe that was a run and not a pass.
I think you're right. You're going to see that is definitely a backward pass. Great cut right here to the middle field. Watch him slow down. He's going to pick up his blockers right here, but then he's going, well, I better get on down the field. Does, and you're right, Graham. He did have the football knocked away from him, and it luckily fell right back on top of it.
Timeout. Official timeout.
Yeah, we got a timeout taken here. Apparently we have an injured player for Thompson. Yeah, I wanted to give some credit to left tackle Javon Cohen, who was out there downfield blocking for Central. I don't think I ever gave their offensive line, did I?
I don't believe you did.
I don't believe so. They've got Cohen at left tackle. You've got John Quavius Boykin at left guard. Jarvis Harley is the center. Ivan Smith is at right guard. Joshua Jones is the right tackle. That's a group that's been together a long time, said Jamie DeBose. 1st and 10 at the 30. Coming near side and losing his footing is Spivey. He'll still pick up about 3.
Well, Spivey tried to make a cut right there, Graham, and just had his plant foot kind of go out from under him, or he might have had much bigger yardage.
But boy, is this field in great shape.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Folks here at Auburn doing a fantastic job getting it ready for what is going to be 7 games this week. Parrish, the keeper, kicks it outside. Got a first down, knocked out of bounds. Will there be a flag? Yes. Late hit on Thompson. I believe that was Bustamante with a late hit. That was a 13-yard gain, and they'll add about 7 more after the penalty. Mark Freeman told us that Bustamante has been having a great playoff series.
Defense lay hit out of bounds. Half of this to the goal. First down.
But maybe a little frustration on that hit.
Well, just a little overzealous, I think. He could have pulled up and not made that hit. But you can look at his face after they made the call, and he was like, "What'd I do?"
Well, it wasn't vicious. They showed the replay here. We didn't, but he was out of bounds when he hit him. It was the right call. So 1st and goal at the 7. Central trying to add to their lead. They've got 2.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Spivey
versus his field.
Touchdown. 7 yards for the future Razorback, and it's 20-0.
That is impressive by Monte Spivey, Graham. He saw the hole close up and completely reversed the direction of that play and used his speed to get to the outside and had his quarterback actually running a little interference for him out there on that outer edge. Helped him get into the end zone.
They check it, and they are checking all the scores here on the instant replay as they would in college. Pals to add the point after. It is through, and it is 21-0. Central, 2:17 to play. Let's watch the flow here as you were just talking about.
He sees it block up right there, sees a wall of red jerseys, gets a block from his quarterback out there on the edge to kind of seal things, and then just uses good effort to get across the pylon for the touchdown.
I have to ask, was that a design play?
I don't think so.
You don't think it was?
I don't think it was. I think he saw his offensive line, and he saw 3 shoulder-to-shoulder Thompson defensive linemen and completely reversed his field. Had the speed to get outside, picked up a couple of blocks out there, got in the end zone.
87 yards on that scoring drive, 2.5 minutes, 8 plays, and another score, and a 21-0 lead. And Thompson now with some work to do, but like we've said, they've done it before. But there's one difference tonight. That defense in white's playing pretty good right now.
They are playing pretty good. And, one thing that Central cannot afford to do is have any sort of complacency pop in because they have a 3-touchdown lead, because this Thompson team is famous for coming from behind, and they do not get phased when they are down in a ball game.
They'll get a chance to return this one, and some room to run for, I believe that is number 2, Douglas on the return. It'll be first down for Thompson right around the 31-yard line.
Decent field position to start this drive for Leah and the Warrior offense.
Something tells me they're going to put something together right here. I'm not going to make any predictions, but we may start seeing them fling it just a little bit more. They've been depending on Bird a lot so far in this first half. They are going to throw it on first down. He's got room to run, and he'll take off and slides down right around the 39, close to the 40. He'll be a yard short. That's a 9-yard pickup.
Good decision. And you saw a smart play by the quarterback there as he went through his checkdowns, did not see anybody open, and then took another look as he started to run, and he said, well, I'm going to tuck this and go, and got 9 yards.
Pass to the flat. That is complete. And did they get him out of bounds? They did. That's a 6-yard gain for the receiver, which is number 3, I believe, Petway.
Quick pass that time. Tuckervaloa got rid of it very quickly.
Melton over there for the stop. 1st and 10 at the 46. Clock is stopped at 1:36 to play. Talia, play action. Thought about throwing it over the middle. Now he does, and that's short.
That's going to be rough in the passer.
And I didn't see it. I was watching the receiver. But you're right, where that flag went down, and that is the call, roughing the passer, a gift given to Thompson.
That is really a completely unnecessary penalty right here by the Red Devils. They got an incomplete pass, would have had a 2nd down and 10. Just a bad decision
Personal foul.
To make that hit on the quarterback.
15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
And that's going to take the ball into Central territory. I think you might catch this right at the end. And if I'm not mistaken, that was number 7, Kamayan Fagan, with a late hit.
Just really not a good decision to make that hit after he released that football.
So 1st and 10. Pass in the flat. That is complete. Petway trying to get to the sideline. Does so to stop the clock. He'll pick up about 6 inside the 35. Driven out over there by Jones. Damon Jones with a tackle.
One thing that Thompson has on this drive, Graham, is a little bit of rhythm going now as they're moving down the field in their hurry-up offense, trying to score quickly.
They got plenty of time, 1:24 to play here in the first half. This is about as deep as they've been so far tonight. Here comes the rush. Throw over the middle. Incomplete.
This is a total blowout. Hey guys, thanks for watching.
That pass was nowhere near the intended receiver. I don't know who.
I do stream all the games. I do stream NFL Red Zone also. And I will be streaming the College Football Championship. Don't forget to subscribe. If I can get all 1,000 of you guys subscribed, that'll be awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Did not let the receiver have what he wanted.
Only 31 yards so far in the air for Talia. Trying to add to it on this pass, and he does. Complete and out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. This time he goes to number 5, J.D. Mitchell. And that's a first down.
Well thrown pass. Right on the sideline. Catch it, turn, go out of bounds, stop the clock. First down inside the 25-yard line.
Still a lot of time left, 1:17. And this is the deepest penetration so far tonight for Thompson at the 24. Bird, the lone setback. They'll give it to him. Tries to cut across the 20, and it's brought down on a nice tackle. Give credit to Mike Harris for the stop. Thompson does have timeouts left, and I think they may use one here.
This is their second charge timeout of the half.
That's their second one of the half. They'll have one remaining with 1:10 left to play. Well, what do we have for you for the rest of the week? We'll have 3 games tomorrow. We'll have the odd-numbered games with the 3A game at 11 o'clock. That'll be Piedmont and Flomaton. The Hurricanes making their first trip to the Super 7. Then at 3 o'clock, Linden and Mars Hill Bible in 1A. Another team, Mars Hill, making their first trip to the championship. And then on the final game, it'll be Viger and Clay Central out of Clay County.
Right.
Central of Clay County. That's the 5A championship. Viger been here before. Clay Central hasn't, but
it's their first trip as Clay Central. However, Clay County, which is one of the schools that went together to form Clay Central, had a run of things here in 2A back in the 90s.
Yeah, they were one of the dominant teams in small school football. Really, both of them were.
Absolutely.
In fact, they played in the state championship, I believe, in 94, 95, something like that. Friday, you got the 4A, 2A, and 6A finals. UMS Wright and Deschler, Fife and Luverne in 2A, and then Pinson Valley and Saraland close out the festivities here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. If you're in the vicinity, either one of those days, come by. You'll get some good football. 2nd and 5, Talia chased. He's got a chance to get the first down, but he'll get run out of bounds right at the marker, and he goes down hard again. I don't think that was a late hit.
It was just a push while he was still in the field of play. Sent him into one of those barrier signs over there. Those are soft. They're made to collapse when they get contacted. So
that was Billingsley that knocked him out.
That's a good decision right here. He sees the field well, tries his best to get the first down, but you see the hit was inbounds. He knocked the chain guy down over there across that barrier.
So he needs a yard on 3rd down. Bird, the lone setback, handoff to him. Tries to get across the 15. Did he get enough? I don't think so.
It's going to be awfully close.
Boy, the pursuit by Central defense was pretty good right there, if not great.
They really ran to the football well, and there was plenty of help, and he's right at the 15-yard line, so he is short. Got to get inside the 15 to almost the 14-yard line to get a first down.
You beat me to it. You got to get inside the 15. 9th play of this drive, and maybe one of the more important ones of the night. And I believe we're going to get a timeout.
Well, Central, I believe, had too many players on the field. They were running players off the field trying to get the correct number out there. And they finally, Jamie DuBose went running down the sideline and called timeout.
You know what, Mike? I think both teams did.
Timeout.
Who are they going to award it to?
They're
going to give it to Central. So 37 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here's the scores from the season for Thompson. In fact, they started right here on Raycom with that win over James Clemens in the Champions Challenge. Then they dropped one to Hoover, and I think Mark Freeman told us that they just kind of got behind in the game and just could never catch up.
Couldn't get back in rhythm. But then they reeled off. Every game after that was a win. They did have a scare with Vestavia Hills, beating them 21-20 in the regular season. And then they've had those come-from-behind wins in the playoffs. But they have been steady as she goes coming down the stretch.
And, you know, Coach Freeman said the turnaround really started with a win over Mountain Brook. And let's give them some credit. Mountain Brook had a really good year.
They did.
In fact, that entire region was really tough this year. And Mountain Brook, I dare say, if they'd have been in some other regions, probably would have gone a little bit further.
You're right.
In the championship. So here we go. 4th and less than a yard.
Still a little personnel problems going on there for Thompson.
Thompson only has 10 players on the field.
They're going to get the first down, though.
Barely. Yeah, I think he got it, but he didn't get it by much. They'll stop the clock.
Well, they almost only had 9 because one of those players was running off the field, and they told him to turn around and go back. And he got in on the play. The
Warriors still have a timeout. They wind the clock now. 1st and 10 at the 14. D'Elia looking to throw. Nobody's open. Skips out of one tackle. Another. And then down he goes at the 19.
There's your timeout.
And there's 13 seconds left. They'll call their final timeout.
Well, the bad part about that was, Graham, you're at first down right there. You probably should throw that ball away. Probably should have thrown that out in the end zone to save time. But he ran around, kept trying to find a receiver open. The drawback is he used up too much time on that play. And hopefully they're going to have enough time to try to get something into the end zone. That is the 4th sack already here in the first half for Central.
They are doing something that I saw Georgia do Saturday against Alabama, a delayed blitz.
Yes.
You cover, your linebackers cover a man coming out, and then you take off and go after the quarterback. Of course, that only works if your secondary is doing their job, and they are.
They are. Absolutely. A very talented secondary for Central-Phenix City.
Yeah, you only do that if you've got speed and size, which Central does. And I think that is really throwing Talia off tonight.
Well, you saw how it affected Tua in the Georgia-Alabama game. A lot of pressure, a lot of players in his face, and it just completely got him off his game on Saturday against Georgia. And I think the same thing is sort of happening here as Central-Phenix City is really putting a lot of pressure on the younger brother.
Here comes the 12th play of this drive. Clock of the essence, 13 seconds to go. Talia looking, throws one over the middle. He's got to get out of bounds. He's not going to do it, and that's probably going to be the last play of the half. The pass was complete, but not near the sideline, and there's the end of the first half. What a job by Central.
A big job by the Central defense right there as Thompson got their deepest penetration, very promising, and they hold him out of the end zone and hold him without any points scored on that drive, the best drive of the night for the Warriors so far.
So that final 12-play drive comes up empty for Thompson. Therefore, they go into the locker room trailing 21-0. Let's go down to Christina.
All right, Coach. How big was that stop?
Hey, it's very big. Yeah, to get out of here and keep them to zero, high-powered offense. Proud of our guys. Great stop down there. You know, just we've been a no stop all year. It's just, you know, we'll bend a little bit. We don't break, but just excited for our kids. I thought offensively we really got after it and ran the football well.
All right, good luck to you in the second half.
Thank you.
Hey guys, if you want me to keep this up, go ahead and subscribe. I'll bring it back up.
21-0 lead going to the break, trying to win their first state championship in nearly 3 decades.
Go ahead and subscribe, guys, and I'll put this back up for you guys.
We'll be back.
At Jack's, we know the value of a great partner. And that's why we paired up
Go ahead and subscribe. Hit below, hit that button, subscribe button.
Buttermilk biscuits.
I'll keep this up for you guys.
Get the best of both with our new breakfast biscuits.
Probably bring it back up.
12 biscuits, mixed and matched, starting at $15. Share some at the office tomorrow.
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the ones that did.
Royal Cup, all about the South.
Thank you so much. Let me get all 1,000 of you guys subscribe. It is free. Just hit that subscribe button below. Also hit the like button. That'll be cool also. The more the better. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. I'll keep it up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't.
We're very grateful for the sacrifices that corporate partners make to our association, thus providing opportunities for students and enhancing our athletic programs. Without our corporate partners, there would be no revenue sharing program, and there would not have been given over $10 million back to our schools over the last 6 years.
Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is almost here. Saturday, December 15th in Montgomery at Crampton Bowl. Watch the best from the Sun Belt take on the challengers from the MAC. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. With ticket packages starting at just $20, it's the perfect holiday gift for the whole family. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. History happens here.
Central-Phenix City 21, Thompson 0. It's halftime of the Class 7A State Championship game. A chilly but beautiful night here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Welcome back, everybody. Joined with me now is Tony Harris with the Alabama Department of Transportation to tell us about something that's very important to us, and that's highway safety.
Thanks for having us on. We are seeing a lot of crashes on Alabama's roadways. A lot of what we see is avoidable because it is simply caused by driver error and driver behavior. And that's why our Drive Safe Alabama program is so important. And we encourage people to constantly try to be safer and to have a stronger safety culture. And they can learn more about highway safety on our Drive Safe Alabama Facebook page.
There are so many teenagers, drivers, families here and watching at home. What do they need to know about driving safe on the highways?
Quite often as a society, parents and us in general, we don't realize that the biggest threat to teenagers, teen drivers is when they get in the car with another driver or when they get behind the wheel themselves. It's one of the leading causes of fatalities in that age group. So it's important for them to be mindful of all the things they need to do. Always buckle up, never drive while they're distracted. Those are the things that make a difference behind the wheel for teen drivers.
And especially in construction zones, you know, there's a lot of construction going on across the state. What are some safety tips for, you know, everybody's driving on this interstates, it sounds like pretty much every day.
Well, a lot of people took the interstates to get here tonight, and we'll have a lot of travel in and out of Auburn for the Super 7 this week. Work zones, you know, people need to really be mindful of all the signs in work zones. They need to leave more distance between them and the drivers around them because they are more at risk than the workers in the work zones.
You heard them. Everybody's on social media nowadays. Go follow Drive Safe Alabama for more safety tips there. Thank you so much, Tony, for joining us and your support for the AHSAA. Now, behind me, we have a beautiful band performing the Central-Phenix City Red Devils. They have 100 members. They are directed by Larry Wells. He's been there for 10 years, and they are performing songs by the Dave Matthews Band. Take a look and a listen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Central 21, Thompson 0, halftime at the Class 7A State Championships.
You could see it before anyone else. Your future, your own place, independence. It's not perfect, but you love it. A place to grow, to be yourself.
All for a better life.
Dream big. Alpha Insurance.
All for a better life.
Protect your dream with Alpha's new business owner policies.
Encore Rehabilitation. Over 100 locations to serve you. We love to see you move. Encore Sports Medicine is the official provider of athletic training and rehabilitation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association. More sports, more teams, more winners.
Celebrate. Celebrate competition. Celebrate victory. Celebrate life. Never drive impaired. Don't text and drive. Obey speed limits. Always buckle up. We don't want to celebrate without you. Drive safe, Alabama. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation and the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is almost here. Saturday, December 15th in Montgomery at Crampton Bowl. Watch the best from the Sun Belt take on the challengers from the MAC. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. With ticket packages starting at just $20, it's the perfect holiday gift for the whole family. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. History happens here.
Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Super 7 Championships. It's halftime. Central 21, Thompson 0. And joined with me now is Bill Bennett with Cadence Bank, proud sponsor of the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Why is it so important for you guys to be a sponsor to this event in high school athletics?
What a great environment here, and for the opportunity for Cadence to be a part of this, where all the students and families and communities are participating. We just see it as a wonderful sponsorship to be able to be involved with the AHSAA in this way.
Tell us a little bit about Cadence Bank.
Sure, Cadence, we've got 66 branches across the Southeast, a big presence in Alabama. We have we are really focused on our communities. We do a great job with our consumer consumer customers, and then also with our business clients. And we are really focused on providing them excellent technology, along with the ability to get in touch with us when they need to. So a high tech and a high touch is our approach with them.
What's it like for you guys? 7 champions will be crowned over the next 3 days. What's it like for you guys to see those smiles on those kids' faces?
It means the world to us to see. A lot of us participated in high school athletics, and I was with a group several weeks ago and reliving our own games from 30 years ago. They'll remember this for the rest of their lives. The players, the coaches, the families, the community. We love seeing it, and we love being a part of it.
Well, we have 2 great crowds here tonight. The communities from both Thompson and Central are out in full force. We'll get a total number of attendance coming up soon once we get that number. And let's take a look and a listen at the Thompson High School Marching Band. They have over 200 members, and they're performing "It's Nice to Have You" in Birmingham, a dedication to Birmingham, Alabama. It's nice to have you in Birmingham, performed by the Thompson High School Marching Band. Hey, it's also nice to have you in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Isn't that right, Mike Graham?
Boy, it is. I'm enjoying this. I also had to get my gloves out. I couldn't
Me
make
too.
it any farther.
I had to bring mine out, and it's getting a little brisk
Just a
up
little
here
bit
in the booth.
Of course, this is the first of 7 games here at Auburn this week. We've got the 1 through 6A games following this one. It'll be culminated with that 6A game. It'll be a matchup of 2 great teams. Obviously, you can't get here if you're not. Saraland taking on Pinson Valley, the defending 6A champion. We got a chance to talk to both coaches earlier this week, Jeff Kelly for Saraland and Patrick Nix for Pinson Valley.
The team hadn't played any of it on tape, so you don't have any way of preparing for it. And just thankful that we've got a group, a quarterback and receivers that can adjust as quickly as we can adjust and do the things we need to do to get us in positions to execute. And and a credit to Bo that and of course he's been around it so long now to where he's basically seen anything and everything you can do. And then receivers that understand and have grown through a 15-week process of understanding what we're getting and what we're wanting to do, to where if this first game of the year, second game of the year, we'd had no chance to do some of the things we do now. But after a full season with these guys together, able to make so many adjustments and do so many different things, and a lot of ability, a lot of talent on the field, between quarterback and receiver.
I think you'll see a bunch of guys They love to scrap. They love to fight. You know, they're going to find a way to compete. They're going to study. They'll be ready to go. They're going to play extremely hard. They're a fun group to coach. And they like to, you know, when you tee it up and they get 7 o'clock and you kick that thing off, they'll be ready to go. So as a coach, if you got a group like that, I don't know what more you can ask for.
Land and Pittston Valley. That'll be Friday night, 7 o'clock. That'll culminate what we're doing here in Auburn. Should be a great game, all 7 we expect to be, including this. We've had a good one so far.
Oh, absolutely. That Friday night, Graham, historically, that game has been the best one of the week. It's been the most exciting, and I look for that to be the case again this Friday here at Jordan-Hare.
We got to finish this one first, though. 21-0. Central on top of Thompson. The 7A final. We'll have halftime statistics and a look at a few plays when we come back.
There's nothing like food in the South.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
SouthernWeekend.com is serving up the best food the South has to offer.
Homegrown, good Southern eating. Let's put that to the test.
So take a seat.
You said that one right.
And dig in.
Oh, we really get in there.
And grab a drink. Because things might get spicy.
Right away you can taste the heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little hotter.
Mm-hmm.
So come join the adventure.
Nachos up.
On thesouthernweekend.com.
An eternity and the blink of an eye aren't that far apart. Time is a relative thing. Hours to wait or seconds to act. Timing is everything. And then, time is the only thing that makes life really worth living.
Get a term life quote or find a local agent today at alphainsurance.com.
There once was a child named Emma who was warm and happy. But that was a long, long time ago. Now, most of all, she misses listening to old Christmas records and sharing a meal with family. But all around the city, people are fighting to help folks just like Emma. And thanks to them, she will once again hear music at Christmas, feel the warmth of shelter, a good meal, and a little hope.
Central-Phenix City 21, Thompson 0. I'm here with head coach Mark Freeman. Coach, you guys were held to 130 yards on offense. What do you guys got to do to put points on the board in the second half?
Well, it's obvious we got some issues on offense. We got to keep working. We got to keep working on some things that we can do that it gives us some more conducive to make third downs. I think we got to get some stops on third down on defense too. You know, these kind of games right here, you gotta get off the field on third down, and we got to do a better job of that. We got to go back in there and do some things that we are equipped tonight to do. You know, there's some things that tonight we got to do, and we got to go in there and see the second half if we can go in there and do them.
Coach, you guys have been in this situation before. You guys have come back several times. What was your message to your team at the half?
Just play. This is 21-0. We've been down worse than that in a quarter. So, I mean, that's not the issue. We've got to come out here and convert on third down. We got to do a good job of not getting behind the sticks on sacks or on pressure. And we got to do a good job of getting our routes free and guys running routes. And then when they do, let's make the throws.
Good luck to you in the second half. Mike Graham?
And thank you. Yeah, he said it. Get off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he's exactly right. That's been the problem for Thompson's defense. They did get 1 3 and out, and it looked like it might have got them going a little bit, but then they turned right around and give it right back. As the Red Devils now with a 21-0 lead as we get ready to start the third quarter. And those numbers, 130 yards total offense. That's astounding to me for the Warriors.
It is. You know, when you have your quarterback coming in that has averaged 312 yards passing a game, and he's held to, 44 yards in the first half, you know that there's a combination of things going on, and a lot of that has to do with Central's defense. They have I believe, really confused the offense of Thompson, and we'll see what kind of adjustments they made at halftime. I'm sure they made some very valuable adjustments, and we should probably see those. What happens with that as Thompson will get the ball to start the second half.
I think it's obvious this is a very important first possession for Thompson, who got the ball deep in Central Territory in that last few minutes, but Red Devil defense shut him down there to keep him out of scoring.
This is a tough defense for Central-Phenix City. They've got a lot of weapons, a lot of speed. And we'll just see how Thompson responds after halftime.
So they'll take it from the 20, or from the 10-yard line.
Good return.
I believe that is Gathers with a return for Thompson. So Talia Tagovailoa will lead out his team. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, they'll have it here at the 34-yard line to start this drive. You heard Mark Freeman say it. I mean, they have been down by as many as 28 in a quarter. That happened against Hewitt Trustful. A little bit different animal, though, here.
Right.
But let's see what adjustments the Warriors have made here at the break.
Well, you know this team is resilient. They've proven it before, and we're just going to have to see that here in the second half. And there's a good play to start things for Thompson here in the second half.
I was about to say, Shadrick Bird was definitely the bright spot of the Thompson offense in that first half.
The tackle by number 8, Trevon Miller.
This is where they've had most of their success on the offensive side of the ball tonight. That's with number 13 carrying the football.
He's getting close to 100 yards rushing already. Second and short. Talia will throw it deep. 2 men down there, and it's intercepted. Going the other way. That is,
he's got some blockers.
Looking for more. Ray Thornton across the 30, out of bounds near the 20, and a turnover by Thompson, and great field position for Central.
Who was that? Is that? Trying to see who made the tackle over there. I thought for a minute it was Talia that made the tackle. I'm not sure it was.
That was a case where, Mike, it looked like that he outthrew his receivers. 68-yard return.
And that was Tagovailoa that made the tackle on the sideline over there.
I'm sure some of that out of frustration. From the 16, first down run, straight ahead and for a yard. Spivey with a carry, and he lost his helmet. So he'll have to take this next play off.
And Spivey's had a lot of success. And the Central offense had a lot of success running the football in the first half, too. I think they only threw the ball a couple of times in the first half. The most success they have had been in runs, either from the quarterback position or from Spivey.
Parrish, keeper for 3. He'll get close to the 11. Bustamante there.
I can tell you, Graham, I can see adjustments have been made in the Thompson defensive line play. They have stacked the middle up. They've stacked things up in that middle, and 2 running plays have only netted about 5 yards here on Central's opening drive of the second half.
Third and about 5 for Central, trying to convert a turnover into points. Parrish looking to throw, lobs one, end zone, high up for the grab, touchdown!
Out of bounds.
No!
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
He was not able to get the foot down. What a great throw and catch, though. That is on the receiving end of that throw. Is number 5, E.J. Williams.
Yep.
Watch this throw. And he just could not get that foot down. And a good job of defense, actually, over there by number 4, Bustamante, probably saved a touchdown because he got contact on him as the ball was being caught and got enough of a push to keep him from getting that foot down in bounds.
Noah Pals will attempt a field goal, 28 yards. He is the short field goal kicker, and that one is good to extend the lead for Central to 24-0 with 10 minutes and 8 seconds left to play, and they get points out of the interception, which is what you want to do no matter who you are.
Absolutely. If you get a turnover, you definitely want to turn it into some kind of points. And Central does just that. But a huge return on that interception for the Red Devils gets them into scoring position, and they come away with 3 points.
Ray Thornton with the interception in return. And the Red Devil offense takes advantage and culminates it with a 28-yard kick to now lead it 24-0. Well, I guess we got to say it again. I mean, Thompson's got to figure it out. They've got plenty of time, and they've got plenty of an arsenal.
Well, and you heard Jamie DuBose, Graham, going out at halftime. He said, our defense bends, but it very rarely breaks. And they're giving up some yards on the ground to the Warriors, but so far, nothing in the passing game.
So they'll get it back here as the fans across the way, a lot of them from the Phenix City area. Great crowd on hand. We were just trying to figure out just how many folks are here tonight for both sides. That one's taken on a bounce.
Not much return there. Very effective kick. It had a little hang time to it. It's sort of a pooch type kick, had a little hang time to it, and then it hit the ground and took a high bounce and allowed the coverage to converge a little bit faster, and not much of a return as Thompson will start at the 20-yard line.
So Talia back on the field. He's had a rough night. I don't think there's any other way to say it. Cedric Byrd, on the other hand, has been their offense. Already 100 yards, 8th time this year. He has broken the 100-yard barrier. From the pistol, handoff to Byrd. He's got a nice area to run on, and he's got plenty of room. He'll get to the near sideline and pushed out of bounds near midfield. That's 29 yards on that carry for Cedric Byrd. And I say just keep feeding the beast.
That's great vision by Byrd. You're going to see him, and the play's going to kind of stop up in front of him. He makes a cut back, keeps moving, going to make another cut here, make a guy miss, get the sideline, get about 8-9 more yards. Big run for Cedric Byrd.
So 1st and 10 at the 49.
The stacked trips over there on the left side. Oh, the ball's on the ground.
And I think
I want to say Thompson got back on top of it.
They did at one point, but I don't think they held on. Let's wait and see.
Central's saying they have it.
It looks like Central came out of the pile. Yes. For a second, it looked like one of the linemen for Thompson had gotten on the ball. I believe that was Motley Simmons who had it for a second, but then he lost it. And it's going to go back to Central.
I believe Marquez Henry he ended up with the football, I believe, for the Red Devils.
Well, you got your choice there.
There's a pile in there. Let's see if we can see who comes out of that pile with the ball for the Red Devils. It is Marquez Henry, number 3, comes out with the fumble recovery as he got it off the bottom of the pile there. 2 possessions and 2 turnovers for Thompson here in the second half.
On 3 plays, Parrish close to a first down. He'll get to the 40. That's about 11 yards on that carry. Boy, and I don't. If you're on that Thompson sideline, you're trying to pick it up as best you can.
Absolutely.
Really deflating. 2 times you've had the ball to start the half. 2 turnovers. They have got to make a stop here if they want to stay in it. Still plenty of time left. 9.5 to play in the third quarter. But this Central offense has been doing the job. Close to 200 yards in the first half, and they're adding to it here as Spivey kicks the corner. Knocked out of bounds, but he picked up a first down, I do believe, at the 30.
Really good blocking on that right edge of the Central offense, and Monte Spivey able to get around the corner just enough to get a first down. But they are moving the chains, Graham, and they're doing exactly what they want to do with the football.
All right, how many great running backs have we seen in this thing? I mean, we're about to add another name.
Yes.
A couple of them really tonight.
The first year you and I were here, we saw a young man by the name of Kerryon Johnson. The first year that we did Super 7 games here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And he touched the ball 9 times in that game, and he scored on 6 of them.
Not all on offense.
Not on offense. One of those at the beginning of the second half was a pick 6 for a touchdown. But the young man had a field day and then went on to have a tremendous career here at Auburn. And now is having a great rookie year with the Detroit Lions.
2nd and 8. Well, we can talk about more of them.
It's
We saw a young
not
man.
a delay. Let's see.
I think that's going to go against Central. That's about the only thing they've done wrong tonight. A couple of penalties.
They've had some penalties.
But a couple of years ago, we saw the player of the year, Mr. Football in the state of Alabama, running for Beauregard.
Yep.
Did we see Jartavius Whitlow here one year? I believe
We did not. No,
I thought he was here. I beg your pardon.
Lafayette never made it here to the Super 7. They came close. But,
I had him confused.
But I tell you what, what a tremendous player he was in high school.
Parrish.
Oh, that
Barely
ball was almost picked. Oh, that was awfully close, and that would have been a huge play for Thompson. If they could have come away with that interception.
That would have been a huge turnaround. Needless to say, Bivens had a hand on it, had two, really. And I don't think anybody would have caught him. He had a head of steam. So 3rd down and 13 to go. Got to get to the 30. Central has converted twice on 3rd downs.
A little play clock issue.
See what Thompson does here defensively. They got 3 wideouts on that far side. He'll throw to the sideline, complete. Nice move, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. Reyes with a reception.
Now, what will Jamie DuBose do here, Graham? He's got 4th down, about 4 yards. He's just outside the red zone. He does have a longer distance field goal kicker, but it looks like he's going to leave the offense on the field, try to get this first down here.
Yeah, that'd be what, about a 40-yard
About a 41-yard
field goal try. So they will go for it on 4th. They got to get to the 20. This time, trip to the near side, 1 to the right. Spivey in the backfield. Cash will lob one to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown! He just beat the defender.
Eddie Williams.
24 yards, touchdown Central.
That was a perfectly thrown ball by Peter Parrish. He threw it to a spot, led him just perfectly in between 2 defenders, and he took it right into the end zone for the score. And a good call on that 4th down play. I would venture to guess that those guys in the red shirts were expecting number 24 to get the football right there.
Pels with the extra point. He's had a good night. It continues, as has everybody in those white jerseys. 31-0. The lead here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. More on the way. Stay tuned.
Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is almost here. Saturday, December 15th in Montgomery at Crampton Bowl. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com.
At Jack's, we know the value of a great partner. That's why we paired up our fresh ground Royal Cup coffee with our made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. You can get the best of both with our new breakfast biscuits catering. 12 biscuits, mixed and matched, starting at $15. Share some at the office tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe you'll make partner. Jack's and Royal Cup, all about the South.
You could see it before anyone else. Your future. Your own place. Independence. It's not perfect, but you love it. A place to grow, to be yourself.
All for a better life.
Dream big. Alpha Insurance.
Protect your dream with Alpha's new business owner policies.
Well, maybe you expected this, maybe you didn't. As Central is on top, 31-0. We'll get that changed here on our score. And our statistician Ken here just gave us a number that's pretty astounding. So far in this half, 3 plays for Thompson. They've had 2 possessions.
Right.
10 points.
10 points for Central.
For Central. Not the way you want to try to come back.
The average starting field position for Central in this ballgame tonight has been their own 48-yard line. That usually results in some pretty good success for your offense. Oh, and a good job of coverage by the Central kickoff team.
I guess you could say they are running on all cylinders right now.
Well, they've reached a point, Graham. The thing about it for Central, they can pin their ears back a little bit right now on the defensive side of the football and take some chances, whereas Thompson has got to get something going soon. They are capable. They have a quick strike offense, and they are capable of coming back.
And how about
they've got
this?
to get something going quick.
They are going back to their quarterback, their backup quarterback, Sawyer Pate, and there's another turnover, and there's another
This one's gonna
touchdown.
go for a touchdown. Wow.
When it rains, it pours.
Unbelievable.
I don't even think we got it out of our mouth.
I was looking at my roster, trying to make sure I was going to call the quarterback's name right and look up, and Central's going into the end zone. So they caught me off guard for sure.
Unreal. Tails trots out there again. And he makes another point after to go along with a 28-yard field goal. How about this Central Red Devil defense? One of the few things that Bird has done wrong tonight.
Just gets the ball knocked away, and it's picked up by Trayvon Miller, and it's an easy scoop and score for Central, as he had plenty of escorts going the short distance, about 10 or 11 yards into the end zone. And just like that, it is 38-0 here halfway through, or not even halfway through the third quarter.
And I go back and say, we barely got it out of our mouths how few plays.
Right. Now it's 4 plays for Thompson's offense and 17 points for Central in the second half.
I was just talking to Ken, our statistician here, and I was asking him, I said, have you seen Thompson play? He said, yes. And he looked at me and he said, I didn't expect this. I looked at you and I said the same thing. Yeah.
You know, I will tell you this. I don't think anybody in this booth expected this, but I do think some people sitting across the way felt like they could do this if they played the way they were capable of playing. But Thompson is still capable of coming back in this football game, but they've got to get to work. First thing they've got to do is keep possession of the football.
That helps. Another big hit on the return. That's Reynolds to the 27. And let's get everybody off the field now.
And one thing that can't happen, you can't let your emotions get unchecked here, either team. But as we were saying, Graham, Central can afford to pin their ears back a little bit and take some chances on the defensive side of the ball with a lead like this.
And I don't know if this is a case where Talia Tagovailoa is still having some issues. If you missed it in the first half, he went down with an injury to his right hand. He obviously came back, but now Sawyer Pate back in there.
Well, Graham,
and
I'll tell you,
for about 10 yards, actually make it 11 and a first down.
I will tell you, I'll go back to the play where Central intercepted the pass and had the long return, and Tagovailoa made the tackle over on that right sideline over there. He got up very slowly after that play and made it off the field very slowly after that play, and I'm wondering if maybe he re-injured something on that play because we have not seen him since.
Could be.
And Sawyer Pate has been in the game since that occurred.
First charge timeout on the half.
Timeout's going to be taken here. I believe Christina Chambers has got a very, very special and probably a very happy guest, I might add.
That's right, guys. I'm here with former Central-Phenix City head coach Wayne Trawick. He's over here enjoying the game. Coach, you guys, Central's on top, 38-0. You told me earlier that you thought this is the best team Central has ever had. Why do you believe that?
Well, number one, they got a lot of good athletes, but they're well coached too. They probably coach as good or better than they've ever been coached also. It's just it's a good unit, good group of kids, and, you know, their seniors hadn't lost 3 ball games since they went to the 7th grade. And
as a former head coach, you knew what it took to win one. You won the last one and the only one in 1993. What's it like being back here and seeing the whole Central community come out and support them?
it's just amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Look at the people from Central. Be a good night in Rob Phoenix City. Nobody left down there. But it's been it's just great just to be in this atmosphere and know how those kids and coaches are going to feel.
And you just celebrated your 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Guys.
All right. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Coach. First down run for Bird, carrying tacklers with him across midfield.
I guarantee you, Graham, Coach Wayne Trawick's still just as sharp as he can be at 80 years old. And he made a good point there. Hopefully nobody was watching.
And we do not condone.
Hopefully nobody was watching who's going to take him up on that idea, because there are not a lot of people home in Phoenix City right now.
Well, I know that Phoenix City's finest is on the job
absolutely,
too. So
absolutely.
First and 10 at the 47. Bird bouncing outside. He'll get about 4. Or he's getting tackled there. Wayne Trawick is one of those guys that legends.
Right.
We throw that word around maybe a little bit too much, but this guy really is.
He's a legend, especially over there in that east side of Alabama near the Chattahoochee River. He is legendary in those parts. And I will tell you, Graham, we lost another legendary coach in Columbus area, Bubba Ball, who was at Shaw High School for many years, and he was at Baker High School back in Columbus. And he and Coach Trawick, I'm sure, went head-to-head a few times over there, being so close to each other. But Bubba was 96 years old.
Wow.
Passed away just a little over a week ago. And his stepson, Dusty Perdue, is the very successful basketball and softball coach at Glenwood in Phoenix City. Won a lot of state championships in the last few years. And his wife, Debbie, also a tremendous coach. They were probably one of the most prolific coaching couples in the state of Georgia during their coaching careers.
You saw one completed pass and then one incomplete pass. One of the few completions previous play Thompson has had tonight. Again, Pate is in for Talia.
Maybe we can get Christina to find out exactly if Talia re-injured himself on that tackle, on that interception.
Second and 10 at the 37. Big lead for the Red Devils. Downfield.
Almost picked off again. That was Cameron Fagans, who almost had the interception over the middle.
Pate was
a lot of pressure. Pate
was
hit as he let it go. That could have affected that throw a little bit. A lot of pressure coming in his face. He still delivered a pretty strong throw, but a little high and almost picked off.
I'll tell you one thing, and again, after watching Thompson, I'll tell you after this play, third down, they got a lot of great receivers, and they've basically been immobilized tonight.
They have. The secondary for Central-Phenix City has done a tremendous job of coverage in this football game.
Third and 10. Another throw, slant pattern.
And again, heavy pressure. You see number 19, Terrell Covington for Central-Phenix City. Heavy pressure on Sawyer Pate right there. He had to hurry that throw, and it was off target and incomplete, and it brings up fourth down. And just about every situation now for Thompson on
this
fourth down
game is about over with.
Go for it situation.
More than likely, especially on this side of the 50-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Pass. I think it was affected, certainly.
Thank you guys for watching.
He had to hurry. He saw the pressure coming and had to hurry that throw. I think it definitely affected it.
Here comes the pressure again. This time, though, he'll find his receiver. I believe that is Petway. I think he's short.
Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate
He's going to be
it.
about a yard or two short.
Please subscribe. Go scroll down real quick. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Feel free to share whatever you please.
Well, Graham, we mentioned it
Thank you. I'll have more upcoming games and championship game for the SEC for the the college football championship also. I'll be streaming that. Just don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Held McGill-Tooling to 68 total yards, I believe it was, in that game. Less than 100 yards of total offense in that shutout.
And we've got a new quarterback in the game, and he promptly hands off for a big gainer.
Number 23, Joseph McKay.
As McKay goes for about 23 yards and a first down. And his number 15, Tucker Melton. He is a junior. We knew we'd see him, but we didn't think we'd see him under these circumstances.
Well, and Melton's got good numbers on the year.
First and 10 at the 47. Keeper by Melton, and there's nobody on this sideline, and he'll go out of bounds, but there's a flag.
That's going to be either an illegal block or a hold.
While we check on this penalty, let's check real quick with Christina about Talian.
That's right, guys. He walked out of the medical tent and walked back over to his offensive line to watch some film of the plays that just happened. He seems fine, so we will see if he goes back out on their next possession.
Boy, they are looking for answers right now, the Thompson Warrior offense. It just seems like anything that they've tried, Central has had an answer.
And one thing Central has done here very quickly in the second half, they've been extremely opportunistic and taken advantage of those turnovers that they got very quickly at the beginning moments of the second half here, and they built a big lead.
McKay across the 40. The 45 down to close to the 43-yard line.
Central continues to have really good success running the football. That's what their goal was coming into this game. They wanted to run the football first, supplement it with the pass, but they haven't had to do a whole lot of supplementing because they've had a lot of success running the ball.
2nd and 6 after that play. Jamie DuBose, he's not smiling yet. Still got 4.5 to go in this quarter plus the fourth period. Melton in for Parrish. And a gain of about 4 yards.
That was Spivey again,
I believe you're right. I was checking that. It is Spivey back in there. I'll bring up a third in about 3.
You got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line unit for Central-Phenix City. They have opened holes and they have moved people. They have sealed the edges. They've done just about whatever they needed to do to have success running the football tonight.
They've run a lot of that tight end. It's Melton with a keeper, and he's got to get a first down. Went to that opposite side, picked up about 5. Will Connor for the tackle, but not before. They'll move the chains for the Red Devils.
Now, Graham, you think about Tucker Melton, and you may not have heard a lot about him, but the young man came into this game 55 of 90 passing for 1,062 yards this year with 10 touchdowns. And in the words of Jamie DuBose, he spins it really well. So he is more of a throwing quarterback, but they don't need to throw the football right now. And he's doing a good job of directing this offense, and as they continue to have plenty of success running.
Spivey out of bounds on that play, but this guy, maybe we're not paying enough attention to him, and I'm not just talking about around here. I'm talking about statewide.
Statewide, absolutely. That guy has done nothing but been a winner at the helm of this offense for Central-Phenix City during the entire time he's led the Red Devils. And we said it in the open, he's the guy that makes this offense go, and he's certainly made it go tonight.
He came in averaging right around 140, 150 yards passing, but he also averages, wait a minute, I got to do math. That's a scary thought. He had over 500, 5 yards of carry. Thank you. This time the pass is incomplete.
Almost another big play for Central there.
Yeah, Williams was open. He's had a big night. We talked, though, with DuBose about playing two quarterbacks. That's what he does. He's done it. He did it at Prattville.
And he
He's done it
believes
at
in
Central. He believes in that.
He believes in it because he says, look, if we happen to have a guy go down, I want to have somebody ready. He said, I've seen too many teams that didn't have a backup ready. And he said, we don't have time to get somebody ready. I want them to already be ready. So he gives that second quarterback plenty of playing time.
And here's going to take a timeout.
Phoenix City. First charge timeout.
That's their first to this second half.
But as you can imagine, he also told us, oh, by the way, Peter Parrish will get most of the reps.
He didn't say that.
So,
and we didn't know how much we would see Milton. Obviously, under the circumstances, yeah, you're gonna get him into the game, and
I kind of figured maybe we'd see him every third series, something like that. Give him a series here and there, but they just haven't needed to do that. The offense has been clicking so well. When it's going like it is, you don't want to mess with it too much. So they've kept Peter Parrish in there, and now they're giving him a shot here in the second half. He's just a junior, so one would imagine he will be the heir apparent to the quarterback job next year.
Jamie DeBose, by the way, is doing something this weekend that's on my bucket list. He has a stepson that plays for Army.
Army, I believe.
And he is going to the game Saturday in Philadelphia.
Army-Navy game, yep.
I asked him if he had an extra ticket. He said no. But that is something that he has done. He did it last year.
It was his wife. It was his wife's birthday this week.
That's right.
Was it not?
That's right.
And they were going to have to. He said we're going to find a little time to slip away and celebrate her birthday. But this would be his wife. If you know anything about his wife, she is a huge supporter of him. She's on the sideline over there. She's on the sideline every ball game. She helps out with things on the sideline. And this will be a huge birthday present for her if they're able to hold on here tonight.
Melton threw it behind the intended receiver on third down. It'll make it fourth down. It was Spivey, the intended receiver. One of the few mistakes they've made tonight. They hadn't made many on offense. What few they have made were penalties.
And they're in kind of that no man's land, Graham, where they're going to go for it here. Nope, they're not. Now they're going to send the punting team in and try to pin Thompson back. I thought maybe they were thinking they were close enough in. They may as well just attempt to go for it.
So Johnson into the game, standing at the Thompson 48. 3:29 to go. We're still in the third quarter. This quarter started.
A high wobbly kick. We'll see what kind of bounce this gets. It gets a forward bounce. And exactly what they wanted to do here inside the 10-yard line. They're going to pin Thompson deep and make them have to go 93 yards to get anything in the end zone.
So that's where Thompson will have it, first and 10. I was about to say, if you missed it, the start of the second half, a horrendous start for the Warriors. A couple of turnovers that turned into points. 17 points to be exact. And at this point, Mark Freeman's just trying to figure something out. He's changed quarterbacks.
Sawyer Pate going to remain in the game, so obviously whatever injury Tagovailoa suffered, he's not going to risk putting him back in the game.
Believe it or not, this is their worst starting position on the field tonight. I believe that's a new running back. That may be JoJo Gathers, but we'll check the number.
Jared
back
Crockett.
up. That is number 26, Jared Crockett, the
was
sophomore.
the runner.
They've got three running backs that they use. Obviously, there's one of them right there, along with Chadrick Bird. Second at about 7. Ball at the 10. Sawyer over the middle, thrown it right into the hands of the defender.
And he might get, and he does. He gets in.
Touchdown Central.
That's Marquez Henry. Stepped right in front of that pass and takes it into the end zone. And boy, when it rains, it pours.
In a way, I don't really blame Sawyer. He's trying to make something happen, and that's what he tried to do on this play. 4 turnovers, and that's just in this half.
Just a quick little slant route almost, and it was just jumped by Marquez Henry. And then he takes it into the end zone for another touchdown for Central-Phenix City.
And you know, when you're up 38 points, you can take a chance or two.
Absolutely.
And that's what Central's doing right now.
We mentioned that earlier. You know, Central's in a situation now where defensively they can take whatever chances they want to take to try to get a big play and continue to stymie this Thompson offense. And so they can take some chances on pass routes that they couldn't earlier in the game, and it paid off there. They got another score, non-offensive touchdown.
And a 45-0 lead.
And they are in complete control of this game right now.
I'm going to try to say this without being belittling.
Right.
But when this program when they play like this, because of the athletes that they've had over the years, it is amazing that they have not won a championship since 1993.
It's almost baffling sometimes with the athletic ability that they've had that they have not been to more championship games. But they just had that hump that they had to clear. And I believe they honestly felt like if they could ever clear that semifinal hump, they could do this. They could have success in the championship game, and they are proving tonight that once they got past that semifinal round, they could have success in the championship game.
Reynolds with a return to the 22, first down for the Warriors. You see the crowd. Central sold more than 7,000, we understand.
7,000 total.
So 7,000 total tonight. First and 10 for Thompson.
I think there's more than that.
I think you're right. I think that might be for one sideline.
I think that's awful low.
We'll need to check that.
I'm looking at this crowd, and I'm remembering back, Graham, 2 years ago when Ramsey and Opelika played and when Beauregard played. And the crowd is very similar to those two games, and there were a lot of people here that night. I think the attendance record for the Super 7 was set in the Opelika-Ramsey game.
And as you might expect, a lot of the Warrior fans have already headed to the exits. A very frustrating night for them. Bird hit at the line of scrimmage, might have picked up a yard. Again, Thompson has not won a state championship since the 80s. Let me back up. That was Crockett on the carry.
1982, a guy by the name of Arthur Johnson was the running back. He had a knee injury, Graham, and came back in the championship game, recovering from his knee injury, and broke a long run in the championship game that was kind of the dagger in the heart, and won that game.
Larry Simmons was the coach of that team. I'm going to
was.
give you bonus points if you can tell me who they beat in the championship.
I was at the game, and I cannot remember who they played.
No, you shouldn't say that.
I cannot remember. To be honest with you, I was probably paying attention to fans.
Some young lady.
Yes, some young lady that was there because I was a senior in high school at the time.
Well, they beat Oxford.
They beat Oxford, okay.
To win the championship. And while we're on the subject,
I was actually a freshman in college.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah,
I was a freshman in college. That was the year after I graduated, fall of '82.
And while we're playing Jeopardy, who did Central beat for their championship? Do you remember that?
I know they beat Benjamin Russell, but it was not in the championship game. It was in the semifinals, I believe.
Going to get a flag here on somebody. Central moved first, but they may not have gotten into the neutral zone. I'll let everybody get their phone out first. Christina, I thought I heard her tapping on her phone. I think she was trying to.
She guessed Oxford.
She guessed.
No, Thompson beat Oxford 14-11 back in 1982.
Yep.
And Christina wasn't born yet when that happened.
I was not.
I got to call that on Central. That may be enough for a first down. It's going to be pretty close. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the first. Is that the first down of the half? I believe it is. Put a little time back on the clock here. 22 seconds to go here in third quarter. I have actually covered Central many times over the years as a newspaper reporter. Some of the times they've won, some of the times they've lost, but I'm always just amazed at what kind of talent that they have year in and year out. It's pretty incredible. Ball hits the ground, still there, and I think Sawyer got back on it.
Yep, Thompson got back on that one. One of the few times they've done that tonight.
Also 3. Just a bad handoff.
My old friend Dave Plata over at WTVM, the Raycom affiliate in Columbus, Georgia. We're on live on that station tonight. He's got the answer to that trivia question.
Well, then, of course, I'm sure you're going to give it, right?
West End.
There you go. Central
beat in 1993.
Why don't we take a timeout? We'll have more trivia apparently in the fourth quarter as it's 45-0 Central. We'll be back.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
The AHSAA will always be indebted to the service provided by our contest officials. They're truly out there doing their very best to provide a service to our schools. Where we have no contest without them, I hope we can all appreciate the outstanding jobs our officials do.
Celebrate. Celebrate competition. Celebrate victory. Celebrate life. Never drive impaired. Don't text and drive. Obey speed limits. Always buckle up. We don't want to celebrate without you. Drive safe, Alabama. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation and the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is almost here. Saturday, December 15th in Montgomery at Crampton Bowl. Watch the best from the Sun Belt take on the challengers from the MAC. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. With ticket packages starting at just $20, it's the perfect holiday gift for the whole family. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. History happens here.
$45-0 as we get ready to start the final quarter. Central well on their way to a state championship. First one since 1993. And congratulations to some gentleman who just tagged Santa Claus.
He tagged Santa Claus. They had that was a pretty fun little activity they had here. They had him blindfolded. They had a helper trying to give him instructions. And they had Santa Claus running around between the 20-yard line and the goal line, trying to find him, and they finally found him and got him tagged.
And it looks like he won a check, so it's worth catching Santa. Pass is complete, but for a small gain.
I believe that contest might have been sponsored by Cadence Bank.
I believe you're right.
Christina talked to at halftime.
I want to see Christina do that. That's what I want to see.
That would be fun. That would be pretty good.
Now, she's a track star.
Yes.
And she also has
now,
ESPN,
I'm not sure she ran.
ESPN, one of those. I don't know.
I'm not sure she ran blindfolded, but she is a track star.
I think she could do it.
Flag
third
on
and...
Yeah, encroachment on your defense.
It's going to be third and 10.
Third down.
So the Warriors, I was going to check with our statistician. Maybe he could find out. I would love to know the last time the Warriors were shut out. It's been a while. I doubt very seriously it's been in the tenure of Mark Freeman, who's been there now for 4 years, excuse me. Sawyer to throw. Nowhere to go. Down he goes. Sacked at the 30.
Well, it's like the secondary for Central has just put a blanket over the Thompson receivers tonight. Neither quarterback has had a chance to find anybody really open very many times in this game. And, then the defensive line, the blocking is going to eventually break down. And it did again there, and they're sacked, and they're going to put it away.
What do we count as a coverage sack? How many seconds? That was about 2 seconds before that. Is it 4? Is it that long?
I think it's a count of 4. Maybe shorter than that.
That punt's going to stay in Thompson territory at the 47. That'll be first down Central. Well, I was about to say that pocket collapsed on that last play pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
So Melton is back at quarterback. I'm going to bet we don't see Mr. Parrish anymore tonight. Next time we'll see him will be in the purple and gold of LSU.
Yep. Speed sweep.
Drake Holloway. First time we've called the senior's name tonight. All right, thank you to our crack staff here of one man, Ken. Last shutout, 2016. Well, it wasn't that long ago, and it was under Mark Freeman. It was to Hoover.
Yep.
20-0 the score in that game. That was one of the things that Thompson did this year. Of course, they had beaten Hoover last year in the regular season, but then lost to him in the semis. We did that game here on Raycom. Spivey cuts it upfield. First down to the 30, 29, tippy-toeing his way.
He tried his best to stay in bounds there with a little tiptoe move and couldn't quite do it. Had to step out.
He does get a first down. It'll be first and 10 right around the 30-yard line. Spivey again, handoff. Nope, I beg your pardon. That's Melton cutting it outside. And a flag comes in as he goes out of bounds around the 20.
I would venture to guess that's going to be a hold.
I'm going to venture to guess that you're right.
Yep.
So they'll mark it from the spot of the foul, which is right around the 23.
First down.
Now the Thompson band's still here, still trying to have some fun. And I know this is not going to put much salve on the wound for the Thompson Warriors tonight, but you're one of the two teams left.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean,
and you beat the defending state champion to get here in a fantastic football game and a fantastic finish. And you put your program, Mark Freeman has put this Thompson program back on the map, and they're going to be around for a while. They've got talent. They've got young talent coming. And, they sort of ran into a buzzsaw here tonight of a very, very talented football team. They have nothing to hang their head about.
Second and 12, Melton. Buck sweep. And that'll go out of bounds. And might have picked up a couple. Did Reyes. They're going to lose Talia. He'll be moving on, as will several of these other great players for Thompson. But they have, like you just said, they have established themselves now. They're one of those teams that you've got to go through in order to get here, or in the case next year, Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Mark Freeman has won everywhere he's been. He's not going to win tonight.
And I tell you, Mark Freeman believes in hard work. And he has a hashtag that he uses on Twitter and on his social media, and it's hashtag #OutworkEmAll. And that's his philosophy at Thompson. He believes hard work gets you where you need to be, and he believes in the program that they are building there, and he wants his guys to outwork them all. He said, I want to outwork everybody, and I love seeing his tweets and his hashtag with that, because that's a coach who believes in his guys and believes in what he's doing, and obviously it's working and paying off in Alabaster.
You saw that pass well out of bounds, intended for Hicks. Seeing some young men getting a chance to play. Maybe they didn't think they would tonight. But they're getting an opportunity to do something that a lot of young men don't get a chance to do, and that pass is complete to Reyes.
It's going
That
to be a
should be
first
enough
down.
enough for a first down right around the 15. But going back to what we're talking about with Thompson, and this program, and I'm not trying to be flippant or mean or anything like that, they really didn't do a whole lot.
Well,
before Mark Freeman got there, they had a couple of berths in the playoffs, never really threatened. It really not too long after, and I'll go back to Ricky Sales when he was coaching there, and things just kind of broke down at that point, and they've been trying to get back ever since as Milton takes it to the 10.
Well,
But now they're there.
I would say, Graham, their success was marginal. For a long time they were just a marginally successful team, and it's a very fertile area there in Shelby County, south of Birmingham,
and
They've
getting
had a lot
more
of people,
so every year.
Every year they got more and more people moving into that area. They've grown. They've got a tremendously beautiful new school and new facilities over there. And I tell you what, the future is bright, bright, bright for Thompson.
Crockett to the 8. He'll pick up a couple. Maybe back up. That is McKay with a carry. Meanwhile, on the other side, Central, they just reload every year. They'll lose several of these players. They lost 17 last year off the team, including some incredible athletes like Justin Ross. They'll lose some incredible athletes this year. Melton on the keeper. Touchdown. 8-yard run. And Central has broken 50. And I might have said one of these teams might have done that, but I would have said the other one would have probably been around 45 when it happened.
If you're going to have a score like this, you would have thought it would have been a track meet. And, this is not expected at all, but sometimes when the snowball gets rolling downhill, you can't do much to stop it, and that's what's happened here in the second half.
Kick from Pels is good, and the lead now 52-0. What a night for Central! They're on their way to a state championship. They're a few minutes away. We'll be back.
The AHSAA will always be indebted to the service provided by our contest officials. They're truly out there doing their very best to provide a service to our schools.
I'm just glad
we have
feet are
no
hurt.
contest without them. I hope we can all appreciate the outstanding jobs our officials do.
Encore Rehabilitation. Over 100 locations to serve you. We love to see you move. Encore Sports Medicine is the official provider of athletic training and rehabilitation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association. More sports, more teams, more winners.
It's time to hit the open road with thesouthernweekend.com.
Let's go do it. You ready?
Yeah. We're exploring every hill and holler that the South has to offer.
Wow, it's bigger than most of the buildings on this block.
From five-star cuisine.
It's just the passion of our cuisine.
To your mama's cornbread.
Dancing, we're having a good time.
Thesouthernweekend.com is your destination for all things food and fun in the South.
Man, I need to come here every weekend.
So come join the adventure on thesouthernweekend.com.
Celebrate. Celebrate competition. Celebrate victory. Celebrate life. Never drive impaired. Don't text and drive. Obey speed limits. Always buckle up. We don't want to celebrate without you. Drive safe, Alabama. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation and the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
Well, if my math is correct, this will be about the, sixth time that we've said Central about to kick off again.
I believe so.
Seventh or eighth time. Again, I'm not paid to do math, so just keep that in mind. Been a busy, busy night for Zach Johnson. We figured it would be a high-scoring affair. At least I thought it might be.
But like you said, you thought it would be both teams and not just one.
Good return. Well, to the 20. He ran a long way, and boy, he paid for it. I like the fact that he got up clamping. I believe that was Tyreek Bivens with a return. So Thompson will have it. They just want to dent the scoreboard at this point.
Exactly. And Ken gave us a pretty astounding number during our commercial break, Graham. Throughout the playoffs, Thompson had allowed 55 points total throughout all rounds of the playoffs.
That's in 3 games?
And that'll give you an idea of how this thing just snowballed on them tonight as it's sitting here with Central at 52 points just in this game.
And, we had Thompson in their game with Hewitt Trustful, and here comes a big play. Let's see what this one turns into. Is that Bird? He'll get down around the 30. That is JoJo Gaithers with a 50-yard run. Easily the biggest play of the night for the Warriors.
Got about 7 minutes left. This score is just ridiculous. I want to hear you guys' thoughts though on what do you think, where did Thompson go wrong? Was it the coaching? What was it? I really don't understand. 52-0. Did Tua's brother get hurt, cost the game, or what was it? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share. Thanks you guys for watching. Have a good night.
Gaithers again. Sidesteps a tackler, but then taken down after a yard gain. But going back to what we're talking about, we saw them against Hewitt Trustful.
Right.
And you know what they did the first time those two teams played? It was like a basketball game. In fact, the score looked like a basketball score. But Thompson put the clamps down on Hewitt Trustful's offense that night, and I'm thinking, boy, this team's got something going.
Absolutely.
Defensively and offensively. Well, they kind of had it given back to them tonight, quite frankly. It has been a tough, tough night for Mark Freeman's offense.
Well, and Thompson has a special football team with a special group of kids, but across the way over there, it just goes to show you what a special group they have in Central-Phenix City as well.
We heard Coach Trey say he thought this was the best team they've ever had. I had 2 other people tell me that. I thought last year's team
was really good. I thought the year before was a very good team. They've had a run of tremendously talented teams that just for whatever reason could not get past that speed bump of the semifinals. And this year they did, and they're here, and boy, are they putting on a show for everybody tonight.
Jamie DeBose. I don't know if they're going to spend the night in Auburn again tonight or they're going to head back to Phenix City, but wherever they're going to be, they're going to be partying. I can promise you that. A lot of folks in Phenix City. As you mentioned, Russell County. Central jumps offside. That's probably going to give them a first down.
Prior to the snap, encroachment.
It will be offsides against Central.
5-yard penalty results.
Christina, what you got?
First down.
Well, guys, you're talking about Central-Phenix City and just how this whole community, pretty much East Alabama, has just cheered on this team. Coach DuBose was saying that Glenwood, a private school, has congratulated them, putting signs up to wish them luck. There was a church in Smith Station right there that had a sign on their church wishing them good luck. He says it's just been amazing to see all these communities from Smith Station to Glenwood to Central-Phenix City supporting them with hopes of them winning this state championship.
There's a pass that is complete right around the 10. They'll actually mark him out at the 11 for a 5-yard gain. You know, it's funny when we don't see this. Well, let me back up. Maybe we see this more now than we used to back when you and I were in high school, because if we were in the championship, and actually our arch rivals where I went to school went to the championship one of the years I was in high school, we were pulling for the other team.
For the other team, yeah, exactly. And it's been kind of neat. You know, historically, Glenwood and Central-Phenix City have not really gotten along very well. You know, they're not rivals or anything like that because, of course, Glenwood plays in the AHSAA, and they're a small private school, and Central is the big public school, and but they've not really gotten along. They've not necessarily liked each other. They've not actually necessarily played well together. But show of class, you know, Glenwood has gotten in their corner and wished them luck, and they're very proud of what Central-Phenix City's doing. But, you know, one of their rivals is Smith Station. They're in the same region. They're right next to each other, literally, right down the road from each other. And Church and Smith Station put up a big sign wishing Central good luck, and it goes to show how the pride that whole area over there has when teams from that side of the state, from that area, do well.
Well, I imagine there's some kinfolk between those two schools.
Oh, absolutely.
And Glenwood.
That whole area.
Yeah.
And
that was a 15-yard penalty against Thompson for a chop block. So that moves it all the way back to the 23. Second down and about 17 to go here. Clock is running. 4 minutes and counting. Sawyer throws one high.
And Graham, we mentioned, you know, we got a text message from Dave Plata earlier, WTBM Channel 9 in Columbus, and you know, we'd like to thank them because they sort of preempted their ABC programming tonight and put this game on the main channel over in Columbus so we could get a lot of viewers in that area. And I know we've got a lot of folks watching. I've gotten text messages during the game, and people are there watching this game, and we appreciate WTBM and the job they do covering the Red Devils, as do all the stations around the Columbus area. And look at that.
A pass. And
look at that.
Yep, that is a touchdown, 23 yards, and I believe that's Davey Mitchell with the score. So Thompson does get on the board, and I'm glad to see it, quite frankly.
They needed that.
Yeah.
They needed something positive to pull out of this, and look, lo and behold, they get a touchdown here. And that helps the feelings a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, I just glanced below us here, and the stands that were basically full about an hour or two ago, not anymore. Extra point try by McGuire is good. And the Warriors do get on the board here with 3:58 to play in the game. Good throw by Sawyer. And maybe an even better play by Mitchell, the receiver. And he'll have something to tell his grandkids, right? So Mitchell scores the first touchdown of the night for Thompson.
J.B. Mitchell stopped, waited on that ball to get there, and the defender slipped a little bit. He took advantage of that, made the catch, walked into the end zone for the score.
So they take it 80 yards to pick up their first points of the night. And McGuire will kick off.
And I would venture to guess you're seeing a lot of clean uniforms for Central-Phenix City right now.
Well, I didn't count the number of players on their roster.
They got a lot.
But it takes a couple of pages to print out, I can tell you that. Whereas tomorrow we'll have the 1A, 3A, and 5A. I could have printed the 1A rosters on one side of a page.
That's right.
It's a little pooch kick and a fair catch at the 30 for Central. Yeah, we'll have 3 games tomorrow. Bright and early start, 11 a.m. here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. We'll start with a 3A championship game as Flomaton makes their first visit to the Super 7. The Hurricanes making it. And they'll take on Piedmont, who have been here before. In fact, Last time we were here in Auburn, the Bulldogs won the 3A title. As the jet sweep, that's a good run. Morris with the carry. And he'll get about 15 yards for a first down. 20 yards, let's make it. So Zion Morris getting a chance to show what he can do here in the latter stages. .328 to play. Morris again to the 45. Imagine we're going to get a lot of dose of him these final couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
But to finish the schedule tomorrow, we got the 1A championship, Mars Hill.
At least they got 7 points. At least they got 7 points.
Taking on Linden. And then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Clay County Central, or Central Clay County, however you want to say it.
I want everyone to go add me on Facebook. Follow me. I'm going to be posting my link down below. Don't forget to subscribe, all my new watchers, and like and share. Thank you.
An incredible career for that man. First down run.
That was Dexter Wright with the carry. Some of the youngsters getting in the game for Central.
I was going to say, I'm having to look really hard on my roster here.
This is the time of the game, Graham, where those guys get in the game and now they've got something to tell their grandkids. You know, back in 2018, I played the state championship game.
Exactly. First and 10, clock is moving. Another newcomer into the game. That's, maybe I shouldn't mention his name. He just fumbled. He did get it.
He got it back.
I believe that is Jalen Wilkins.
I believe you're right.
He's a senior. We're seeing some linemen out there for the first time.
Oh, isn't it though?
Surely not. Surely not. Not tonight. That'll be painful if Jamie DeBose gets the bath.
It may be painful for whoever does.
I'm getting painful just thinking about it.
There's a false start. The tackle on this side.
Oh, don't mention his name. He just came in the game.
He just came in, and I believe he got a little over anxious.
5-yard penalty.
Had to come out of his stance a little early.
All right, I guess we'll have to say it because I'm sure somebody's watching, jamming. Let me make sure I say his last name correctly here. Stickney. He's a senior offensive lineman. A minute 36 left in this one. Christina, what you got?
Well, guys, I'm on the Thompson sideline, and a lot of players go ahead and they're shaking each other's hands, giving players hugs. And then you have Shad Bird over here who is all smiles. He said, hey, we have a lot to be proud of. He's a senior going out. He said, I have a lot to be proud of in this team, and we need to hold our heads high.
I agree.
And they absolutely do.
Yeah. Melton is going to go out of bounds. I guess so they can get some more players in. Otherwise, you're trying to stay inbounds and let the clock run. I don't think James was real happy about that. He says, I'm cold. I want to go home. I got some celebrating to do. Get me out of here,
That was
Percy.
a classic coaching stance right there when a player, he's like, what are you doing?
That's the old classic Rudy play. We got to get Rudy in. We got to run the play. 3rd and 11 coming up for Central. Now, if they throw one downfield, I'm going to really, I don't know. They will run it. And a good run at that. How about that? As that is right. Extra right with a carry. I believe he picks up a first down. He does. They'll snap this one from the 20-yard line. They have lived in Thompson territory.
They have all night long. You know, and they've it makes you feel good as a coaching staff, Graham, when you come into a game and things just fall into place like this. They've done exactly what they wanted to do tonight.
This time they'll try to go outside, and Morris pulled out for a loss. Jarvis Harley over there for the stop. So Central is going to join the annals of Hoover, Prattville. And I guess we should say that Jamie DuBose is going to win his second state title, I should say, with a second school. Not many coaches have done that. And he is shaking hands and giving hugs on that sideline, and with good reason. This game basically ended about 3 minutes into the second half. They had the lead, and then 3 turnovers in 4 plays netted 17 points. And as the old Keith Jackson would say, it was Katie bar the door.
And they did not get a snap off right there, Graham, to basically knee the ball and got a delay a game penalty.
And if I hear Jamie DuBose say one thing about penalties tonight, I'm going to call him. Say, look, Coach, I know he won't.
He won't. You're right. There's
By the way,
and that'll be it.
That's going to take care of the game. First time ever, Central-Phenix City has finished a perfect season. Congratulations. As the celebration, they've been waiting a long time for it, begins in Phenix City, Alabama, as the Red Devils are a big winner tonight in the 7A championship game. They win it 52-7 over Thompson.
Jamie DuBose finally got past all those speed bumps that he's had, and he has won a title for the Red Devils of Central-Phenix City, and I know that community, the whole area over there around the Chattahoochee River, is proud of Central-Phenix City as they have taken this 7A title.
I guess they'll be changing those signs at Glenwood and Smith Station and all those places. Instead of saying good luck, saying
congratulations.
There you go.
Way to go.
Way to go. Congratulations also to Thompson and Mark Freeman. What a season. They'll finish 11-2, but just couldn't get it going tonight. It was a tough night all the way around. They had turnovers. Their offense stymied, unlike we've seen, at least in the last 2 years. And they were able to put one final score on the board here late, but not nearly enough, as Mark Freeman will try to get this team back here coming up next year. So let's talk to Jamie DuBose. Christina?
All right, Coach. You put that black tape on your finger for a reason. How does it feel to finally take it off and put a state championship ring?
It feels great, unbelievable. I love my kids. I love what they've done tonight. There's something they wanted to do. They wanted to prove who they were, and they came out here tonight and they did it. All year we've just asked them to believe in themselves. We ask them to get 1% better every day, and we ask them to just play hard and be good people. And they did. It goes back to character, Ed, and all I can say is thank the good Lord above. Man, he's great. God is awesome, and it's great to be alive, and it's great to be a Red Devil.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Jamie DuBose, he grew up down in South Alabama around Opp. He's an Opp graduate, played a little football in college, became a coach, and now he's a state champion coach again as the Red Devils win 52-7 over Thompson, the 7A champion. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the trophy presentations here at Jordan Hare in a moment.
Sportsmanship is the educational component derived from that.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go shut it down for tonight. I'll be watching LA versus San Antonio Spurs on ESPN. Have a good night. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. More games coming soon. NFL Red Zone this Sunday coming. Also, we'll be streaming Alabama versus Oklahoma championship game. Also, who else is playing? Notre Dame and Clemson. Yeah. We'll be streaming those games also. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to catch those games for free, no charge. I'm just a great American trying to help other Americans see these good American games. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
More sports, more teams.